Hello.
Yo.
Yo. We here. Happy New Year. On this New Year's episode.
Happy New Year's. And I guess, like, Merry Christmas or whatever.
That too. Yes, like Merry Christmas. Belated Merry Christmas. How have you been? I know we just spoke, so we don't have to necessarily.
I've been good.
Okay. What have you done in the world of video games before this New Year? Or during this New Year?
Yeah, I can't remember. We talked about Doom Eternal last time I was with you, right? No.
Did we? I don't think we did.
Alright. Well, I played Doom Eternal.
That's a good game, isn't it? You hate it. Oh my god. I have to write to Mick Gordon now.
The feel of the gun. The pirates.
The pirate demons. Oh my god. Mick Gordon's gonna be sad.
The music is so fucking good in that game.
It's really good.
Holy shit.
But that whole perspective shift that I've had with that game because of the whole thing that happened with Mick Gordon, like, really makes me sad too. Because it's like,
but the music's still good.
It's still good, but it's like if they plan on doing another Doom game, he's not gonna be back. That's the thing that sucks.
And they will. They'll make another one.
They will, but they won't bring back Mick Gordon. That's what I'm saying.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I was just because you said if they do, they definitely will make another one.
Yeah.
And I would assume he doesn't come back.
But well, what nitpicks do you have?
It's kind of boring. Like, it's a fun game. The play is fine, like the way you play. I don't know, I kind of don't like how I'm always out of ammo. Pretty constantly out of ammo.
What difficulty are you playing on?
Normal.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you know, maybe there's something I'm doing a little wrong or something, but overall, like, it's fine. I don't think it's like anything I would like want to run through multiple times. I'll make my run through it and then I'm probably done.
I think I tried to get the collectibles in that.
Yeah, I've been doing that on my way through.
Okay.
So
that's good.
There's that. I tried Dead Space again. I don't know if we talked about it. I think we talked about it, just me and you.
Yeah, I think we just talked about it, but you didn't go into big detail.
There's not much detail to it for me. I don't remember Isaac being the way he looks. I thought he was bald.
You're right about that. That he was bald originally.
Okay.
This is why this is a remake. They gave him hair.
Is his story changed at all or no?
Some stuff, yes. Some stuff slightly. Okay. Yeah. It is a remake in the sense of like its story, but also in its gameplay, obviously.
His character looks fucking lame compared to what old Isaac looked like to me. He looks like
Philip DeFranco.
Does he?
He looks like Philly D.
He looks like a guy off the street. Like, he just looks like a basic person.
Yeah, Philip DeFranco. He looks like he's gonna tell me, "What's up, you beautiful bastards?" And then I'm like, "All right, thanks, man."
I'll have to look at him again. I don't think he looks like Philly D, but he for sure looks super. Like, when I was watching the intro video, I was like, "Why does this guy look so fucking lame?"
Well, he looks like a regular because that's what Isaac is supposed to be. He's supposed to be just a regular dude.
Yeah, but he looks so cool in the first one. I don't know.
The suits helped more. He was just bald dude.
I'm just gonna have to look back. I have to look at a video of it.
Sure, but like, I don't think he looked cool at all. He just looked like regular bald dude.
To be fair, it's been like 10 years since I played that game, the original.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, to be fair, like they gave him character in the second game. They gave him the Jack 2 thing, where it's like, all right, now he talks in the sequel.
Yeah, so. Jack 2, baby.
But no, I like the remake. The remake's good.
Yeah, gameplay feels fine.
You don't like the feel of the space guns?
I've already jumped multiple times where like they're called, what are they called? Not xenomorphs. The
necromorphs.
Of course, necromorph. It's literally the same word.
Okay. No, Xeno is different than Necro is dead. That's
right. But
you got the
they're
morphs.
They're both a morph.
You got the morphs. Yeah.
God, so many pirates in this game. So, so yeah, it all feels good. There's things I didn't notice. I watched a small video about some stuff, and one of the things they were talking about is The game is built together, so like the whole ship you are like moving around instead of it being sections of a you're not going through levels basically.
Yeah, that's what I like about the remake is that like it gives you the opportunity to backtrack and like really explore.
Yeah, and again, I thought, and this is just because I haven't played it in so long. I thought that the original, that's what you were doing, was walking around the ship.
Oh,
I didn't know that we were going through multiple stages that I couldn't go back to.
Yeah,
that's it's good. I like it a lot. Hopefully it's still good.
If you beat
the further I get.
Yeah, if you beat it, you can unlock a new secret ending in the next run. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's why I plan on going back to it at some point.
Yeah, Dead Space is one of those games, like, I played the original once. I didn't go back through it totally, but like I did go back every once in a while and play like a little here and there. So it's definitely one of the games I do like that I don't feel bad going and playing again.
Yeah.
It doesn't it always feels significant playing that game, like actual stuff. I can't think of the word I was thinking of. Like the gunplay's good. It doesn't feel bad to go back and do that. The story's good. Doesn't feel bad to go back and hear the story again. So yeah. But one of the things I did with Doom and Gears of War, because I tried playing Gears of War Ultimate Windows Edition.
Yeah.
I went and played those games on my PC before I got the new stuff. And it looked really, really, really bad. Like I was playing maybe on PS3. And then when I hooked everything up and played on this, I put them all on like ultra settings, and holy shit, does this stuff look so good, man.
Yeah.
And it moves at like 140 frames or whatever. Especially like the more graphical intense games are like 60 to 140.
It's funny because like Gears of War Ultimate is like really like PC parts intensive from what I understand. But even then, like the original Gears of War was like the exact same thing. It was like super intensive on old PCs.
Yeah.
But no, I've been playing that too, Ultimate, and yeah, it's just that game looks really good. It's just really good, but I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, I have a one of my friends. I don't know if you know Kyle, but
I think so.
Kyle used to play Fortnite with me, and he plays League of Legends with me. And we both like Gears and Halo. He was like a big Xbox kid growing up, and I told him, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play through Gears on the Windows," and he was like, "Can we play together?" And I was like, "I think we can." And then I looked up online like all the stuff because I know sometimes you can't cross-platform or whatever. And it says you can play multiplayer with people online. Like you don't need Game Pass or whatever whatever you got, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, man, like figured it out, got all that stuff going. And then we just have to find time to go through it. But I'm excited. I'm excited to hear. Like I don't remember the Gear story honestly. I know like it's aliens, I think.
Yes and no. Gears is weird because I thought initially Gears was set on Earth, but it's based on a different planet. And basically people colonize that planet, and in reality there's like mole people that are like, oh, time to rise up. That's basically the gist of Gears.
So yeah, that'll be fun. I played Minecraft a little bit.
Did you play it with RTX mode?
I can't get RTX to work.
Ah, damn.
I played it with like someone else's pre-built RTX world, but I don't want to do that. I want to play my own. And I just can't get that to work. I'm sure it's something I gotta do. Like I'll figure it out later. But the water is like the biggest crystal clear thing, so which is super cool. After just saying all that, I remembered that I need to play Portal RTX, which I haven't done yet, and I'm really excited to do.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
it's still pretty intensive. Like
yeah. I'm excited. Trying to think. I played a little bit of World War Z Aftermath.
It's okay.
I like it.
Oh, okay. You're just basically playing anything on Game Pass, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been playing them before all this. Just like checking things out. I actually own World War Z. On what's it called, Epic.
Oh, okay.
I got a bunch of. I keep doing all the free Epic Games things too. Whenever that shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of Game Pass games I've been playing. I played a little bit more Valorant, which is a league shooter. I'm having issues with crashing. For some reason, when I tab out, sometimes it crashes. But when I say crash, I mean it freezes my entire system, and I turn it off wrong. And then it started happening when I was closing the game out to like just get off the game. And I was like, cool, so I just can't touch this game. I just wrote the riot.
Okay.
And said like, hey, hopefully you guys know like how to fix this issue.
Hey, don't be bitches and fix this shit.
Yeah,
Riot.
I gave them all the information.
L? When is Project L?
Never. It's never coming.
It's never ever coming.
I played 10 minutes of Remnant 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's a game.
It is a game. I have not booted it up yet. I will eventually boot up game.
I need you guys to play, man. I don't want to
play by yourself.
I don't want to run past y'all.
Oh, okay.
I think Wesley's probably halfway through the game though.
Wait, what did you get it on? Is it on
PC?
Did you get it on the Game Pass stuff, or did you get it on Steam? Oh, okay. Wait.
No, yeah, I bought it on Steam.
Okay.
But it is on Game Pass.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I should get you Monster Hunter.
It's on the Game Pass. So we played Lethal Company together. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty fun.
Sean got scared all the time. He was definitely the most scaredest.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh my god, what is that thing? And everybody's like, don't you even know, bro? Like, that's like the Slinky Boy, and it's like it's an enemy that won't hurt you. And
Don't worry.
No worries.
That was so fun. Did you cut that up by any chance?
What, the recording?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I haven't. I was about to do some editing today, but I just forgot to do it. I have to do some editing. I'm probably.
But do you have that video?
I still do.
Okay. Because you should I think I have a different perspective for that if you want it.
Okay.
Where the Slinky guy came in. And you're staring at it and everybody leaves you. And you're like, what do I do? And they're just like, oh, you have to keep looking at it. And then I definitely left and heard Ryan trying to tell you what to do. And as I was leaving, I heard the creepy guy running around, and I was like, oh, I'm gone. Like, I'm gone. And then we talked to you about what happened to you, and you were like, well, I was looking at this, and I'm not allowed to look away. And then he broke my
Yeah, he broke my back. Yeah. What was it? The bracken?
The bracken.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what got me. Because I was my favorite part. Yeah, I was just staring at this thing, and I'm like, all right, I guess I can't move. Well, I can move, but I got to move in a specific way. And then the fucking thing like came out of nowhere and got me.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah, it was very hilarious.
Yeah. And the only other part that I thought was funny was when I had my boombox and missed my jump.
Yeah, that game has a lot of good moments. I'm surprised like what they're gonna do like once it is out of early access. Like I'm very curious to see more of it. Because it is a good idea. Like it's very simple, but it's a very, very good idea.
I think it's one of those games that like kind of like how Fortnite was. I don't think it's ever gonna be like it'll always jokingly be in early access, you know?
Yeah. I was gonna say, is Fortnite still technically in early access? No. Okay.
No, they're officially launched.
Okay.
But like if you remember, it got big on like its third year or second year.
Something else
the season it was out.
Something else is like that. Something else is like super big and it's like still in early access. I forget what.
It's probably that alien game, right? The Among Us?
Humongous?
Among Us.
Was it in early access Among Us?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm trying to think. Yeah, something else was like that where it became like a huge game on like Twitch, but it was still in early access. And that's what happens. Like that game's gonna make it big. That game's gonna be Amorgus big.
Oh, Lethal Company?
Yeah.
It's already there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think like huge name streamers are playing it, but like
What do you
it's
mean?
already on Twitch, like high up there.
XQC isn't playing
Did he?
it?
Did he play it?
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe he's making more of a mess for his maids.
Oh my god. Leave the man alone.
No, he has money. I will never leave him alone.
It's so weird because like I don't think he's an asshole. Like I mean, there's definitely a video where he's being an asshole.
There's a couple tweets where he's been an asshole.
Yeah, but like, can you blame him? He's like
Yes, I can.
Irish or something. I don't know. Swedish.
No, I can blame him.
Swedish people are always assholes.
Yeah, look at PewDiePie. He has a kid.
Wow.
He has a baby.
You're tarnishing the king's name.
He's a baby. He has a baby.
Yeah, it's grown. We were here forever with Wesley. Still one of my favorite series. I think the game's great.
What is it? It's a dual puzzle game?
Yeah. So it's like one person in one room. My hand's over here. One person in one room, one person in another room, and then you're separated. So that you have to like one person in one room has to read the information to the other person, the other person has to like either like do the thing that they're reading to them or not, and then so
okay,
like they
get
do
it.
the puzzle.
It's
and
mostly communication.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other person will have to communicate back in this one. In the first 3 or 4, how many? I don't know. The first like 4, it tends to be one side is all information giving, and the other one is information receiving and using that to do the puzzle.
Yeah.
So, it's good. I like it. It also hasn't been like I'm not done it yet, so I'm assuming it's not that short, which is good because I think we like beat the other ones in like 4 hours each, maybe. Except for like the first one, which was like maybe an hour, 30 minutes an hour.
Okay. Did you beat the room games, the puzzle games?
Yeah, I'm on the 3rd one, I think.
Okay. I think I'm on the 3rd one as well.
I like when I was playing it, I was blowing through them, and I was like, man, I really don't want to finish it because I want more to be out.
I like the weird shit in it, but yeah, I gotta cool it because I think I'm on the 3rd game.
The weird story stuff, right? Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like weird eldritch horror, like out of nowhere.
I think in the 2nd one they like teleport you, and I was like, like I was like, there's a teleporter in a fucking like get out of the room game.
Puzzle game. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah.
I thought that shit was cool, man. I bought Soulstone Survivors finally, which is basically
I think I've seen
Vampires Survivors.
I don't know. I have to look at this game again. What is it called? Stone Soul Survivors?
Soulstone, like in Diablo. You bitch.
Soulstone Survivors. What do you look like?
It's just a 3D version.
Yeah, it's kind of Vampire Survivor-ish. I should really play Vampire Survivor.
Oh no, this is 100. This is Vampire Survivors.
Okay.
Like, they stole. It's weird. It's like months apart. The games came out, but they stole Vampire Survivors' idea for sure.
I mean, yeah. Once Vampire Survivors was like big, everything was doing Vampire Survivor.
The reason I like Soulstone Survivor over Vampire Survivor is they have a dash in it. So you can like dash your character on the screen.
Yeah.
So I originally bought Vampire Survivors and I was playing it and I found out you couldn't dash and I was like, I'm returning this game. And then I immediately returned it and bought some Survivors. Because if they had the dash, it would have been fine. But I don't like how slow the game is, so it's really boring to me. Because like, I feel like to clear a room it takes like an hour. That's what it feels like to me. I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
But Soulstone Survivors, I think it's like 15 minutes maybe at most, and I'm like, that's almost a League of Legends match. Like, I'd rather just do that. Anyways, High on Life.
Did you like it when they go, oh?
It's really dumb humor, which is fine.
Yeah. Gotta hit him with
I
the
like
oh.
I like the gun stalking. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like this knife asking me to kill everything, which is great.
Yeah, and there's that DLC for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, high on knife.
Yeah, I'm excited to play that too.
Okay.
How have you beaten High on Life?
No, I haven't started it.
Okay. So there's funny stuff that happens in it.
Okay. I'll let you know when I start.
Yeah, let me know.
After I finish the Avatar game.
Oh my god, that's such a stupid game. Why would you play this shit game?
Why do you hate Jake Sully and the Navi?
Who the fuck is Jake Sully?
Jake Sully and the Navi and Natiri.
I think the alien people look so stupid, and then they're like, we gotta jack in to get in there, and it's like, oh, okay, so it's literally fucking The Matrix. That's wonderful. People jacking in all over the place to get in dumb fucking VR mode with the blue people.
It's sick. How dare you disrespect James Cameron and his billion-dollar franchise?
James Cameron made a fucking
put some respect on it. Titanic.
No, he made a dumb. You remember the movie Gamer with Gerard Butler?
I'm trying to think of the director for that. I'm trying to think of the. I know that movie. I'm trying to think who is the director of that.
Oh no. Matthew Broderick.
No. Mark Neville Dean and Brian Taylor. Brian Taylor, I think I've heard. Mark Neville Dean, I don't think I've ever heard. Oh, he's the director of Crank.
Good movie.
That is a good movie. Oh, they're a duo. That's why. But yeah, Crank
They're
High
kissing
Voltage.
cousins for sure.
Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Great.
Yeah, that's a good movie. How dare you? James Cameron has a better universe than Gamer.
No, James Cameron literally made Gamer for blue people. That's great.
Hmm.
If you die in the video game, you die in real life. That's not what Gamer's about at all, but whatever. I think Gamer's the one where they free the
Gamer's such a weird movie.
Isn't Gamer the one where Gerard Butler's a prisoner?
Yeah,
if he makes it out, yeah.
Yeah, they're prisoners being played by people, and like, yeah, it's basically like a gladiator fight.
I almost called it Ready Player One because they all seem the same to me. Anyways, blue people jacking in, stupid. It's so stupid. And then they fly, and then they fucking have guns, and it's like, what is this shit show of a fucking dumb fucking thing, man?
I can't wait to play the game because it's just Far Cry Primal. I just wanted more Far Cry Primal.
Why? Far Cry's bad.
Primal's good because it's different. Because it got cavemen.
Great.
Cavemen.
Oh my god. So, I bought Ember.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played it yet, but I really want to play with other people. So, buy the game. That shit looks so much fun, dude. I didn't know how much things you can do. Like, you can just let people burn. You can you can save people. There's like,
I have to see because I have like stuff like in my cart, and I have to really make a decision whether or not I want to buy this game now or later. Because right now, like the biggest thing that I'm debating on buying is Tunic, the little fox game.
It's on Game Pass. I just wanted to see. You remember how hard I was going for when PlayStation Plus was giving all that stuff?
Yeah, you were jacking in with PlayStation Premium.
I was Ready Player One with PlayStation Premium. Yo, you fucking hated that shit too.
Because it's such a shitty tier.
So wait, hold on a second. You hate PlayStation, and now I'm, jumping on Xbox's bandwagon, and you hate Xbox?
No, I don't hate Xbox. I don't hate PlayStation. I don't hate Xbox. I just hate this. I hate the subscription shit.
Oh, you hate all the subscriptions?
Yeah, I dislike them.
You don't like watching Netflix?
But to be fair, no, because like they're fucking getting rid of all the good shows just for Stranger Things season 90.
Yeah. Well, no, we're getting only one more season. You fuck.
No, don't lie. Then they're gonna do a spin-off show, and it's gonna be the Hopper Chronicles, and then they're gonna do another spin-off show about Winona Ryder being fucking like, "Where's my kid? Where's Jonathan?"
I do love Winona Ryder. She's pretty cool.
She is pretty cool, but no, like Game Pass is not bad. I think PS Premium I think is terrible. The PlayStation subscription shit, I think that's terrible. Mm-hmm. But Game Pass is not bad. I'm just at the fact that it's like, oh, it's on Game Pass because of the fact that like I had Game Pass before, and it's good, but it's just like I don't want to like spend money again and then cancel it again because it goes back up and then do this whole fucking charade, this whole circus.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's on Game Pass. It's
So. No, the only reason I said that was because I did notice it was on Game Pass, and Tunic is a game that I really want to play. So
it looks really
at some
good.
point, I've been playing Metal Hellsinger.
Oh man, I bought that. I haven't booted it up.
I love this game so much. Their music is so fucking good, and I definitely didn't find a way to download it because I would never do that. So I'm hoping I can find a way to do that legally.
Lamb of God.
No, in all seriousness, there's nowhere to buy the soundtrack. And that I think has to.
Steam has it.
But can I put that on my iPhone?
Yeah, I think it's MP3 files. I would say take a look. Take a look at Steam.
I'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
If I can, then yeah. But I had Googled how to do it, like how to find the music, and there's like sites that people are like, we figured out how to rip them, but like it's still great. Game quality or something.
No, okay.
And I was like, you can watch them on like YouTube too. People have like cuts, so like I'm able to like, I don't know, if I'm going somewhere or whatever, I can put it on that way.
Yeah.
But the music overall, everything from beginning to end so far is good. I'm not finished it. I'm halfway through the game, and they just have a bunch of different artists on there, which I was surprised because I thought it was mainly Serge Tankian or whatever his name is from I don't know how to say his last name.
Yeah, I don't know either. From System of a Down.
System of a Down, yeah. It's like Sergi Tankian or Serge Tank or something like that.
Surge. Suge.
I really want to get into Final Fantasy. This is 4, I think. About the 3D remake, which is terrible on Steam apparently.
Final Fantasy 4?
Yeah, it's not the pixel perfect one that they dropped.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did that come through or not?
No, it didn't come through. It just like there was just a stop of like noise, and then you turning.
Cool.
Don't worry. I mean, you had a cough. It's fine.
Yeah. So.
It's on Game Pass.
What?
Final Fantasy 4?
No. This is Steam stuff. I've been talking about all things on Steam.
Okay.
Tunic's the only thing I didn't have on Steam. Yeah, Final Fantasy 4 I bought. No, I'm excited to play it, but it's like, it's a port of the like PlayStation 1. I can't remember what it said.
I think it's the PSP.
Or no, it's the DS. It's a port of the DS version.
Okay.
And then a port from the DS version to the phone to Steam. Yeah. So it's double ported.
So Chrono Trigger, I believe, is that, where Chrono Trigger on Steam is like the mobile version. And people say it's not terrible, but it's not like the best way to play it.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm hearing about this. Yeah. And I just did like a few videos on it, and I saw people like hating, and some people were like, it's not bad. And I was like, honestly, like, I can see myself getting through it, so. Yeah. I also just really like that story. I think it's a lot of fun. So
Yeah. I should really, because I bought that Pixel Perfect remaster thing, and I should really play the original Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, I wish I would have bought that, but I was like, it's between buying like $70 worth of Final Fantasy games
Yeah.
or a bunch of different games for $70. So I was like, I'd rather, because that sale eventually, like those Final Fantasy group of games will eventually be like $20 sometime.
At a point, yeah, it will go down. Hopefully.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I told you I played Ghostwire Tokyo like a little bit ago.
Yeah, but you said you didn't really like it that much.
Yeah, it's not bad. As far as like visuals, gameplay itself isn't good though. Like, or what am I trying to say?
The feel of the hands.
You will never let this shit go, dude.
Pew pew pew.
There's some gun games don't feel good. I don't know what to tell you. So
no, I get it.
So
no, because like the main thing I've been seeing about Ghostwire Tokyo was that the experience of it is just tedious, and it's just like uninteresting.
I'm only like an hour deep, so I don't really know.
Okay, I mean I bought the game on PlayStation, so I have to probably give it a shot at some point.
So like when you're like aiming with your spirit hand or whatever, like I don't know, it's like the
spirit gun,
like pointing, and then
like
and then it's like shoot.
Yeah,
it feels like it's a little off from where I'm aiming. Like it doesn't feel like it's shooting directly where I'm aiming. So
okay.
Just weird. But again, like visually, holy shit, the game looks so pretty. It's crazy.
I know. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, is that the game is visually pretty, but it's just not a really interesting game.
Yeah. Hopped on Destiny 2. That there's like Christmas stuff going on. Like not bad. Whatever. Or not good. Sorry. Whatever. Did a little bit more PC building simulator, which I really like, because like it's just chilling.
Yeah, just building a PC when you already have a PC, and you don't have to spend the money on getting parts and shit.
Yeah,
I should really get that actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I should really get
PC Builder simulator.
Yeah. It's on Game Pass.
It's not. That's on the Epic Game Store I have.
Oh, okay. Did I get that?
Played Fortnite. No, you're good. I played Fortnite. I couldn't get my frames right. I was trying to run it at 2K Ultra, and I'm trying to think the game was hitting like 40 FPS, and I was like, can't do that.
Yeah.
Couldn't like see a bunch of stuff, and it wasn't more so seeing stuff but lagging. So I fucked with the settings. I think I got it to 4K on medium, or like high but like turned off DSL or whatever, DLSS.
Yeah, DLSS.
Because something in there was like really fucking with it, hitting like, it wasn't hitting perfect performance frames. Like I wanted it to hit like 120. And it kept going to like 60 and lower. And then I think I finally got it to like a stable 90 or something like that, which I'm like, I mean, above 60 makes me feel good. Yeah. So, and then I played the game. I mean, it feels really good. Feels better than system play.
I'm debating on like getting V-Bucks to get Cell and Frieza.
I mean, if you don't play Fortnite, I wouldn't buy them, just because like it's pointless.
But now there's rumors about who are the next characters. I've been seeing.
Who do you think? Or who are they?
What I've been seeing is Dante from DMC and Jake Sully from Avatar.
Great.
All right, goodbye.
Bender's there.
Oh, okay.
And on his back is Baby Bender.
Damn it. Do I spend the V-Bucks?
I really want to buy that.
The only thing I know is that like if you buy Alan Wake 2 on Epic Games, you get the Alan Wake 2 Alan skin for Fortnite for free.
Wow. Oh, for free. Is there you can just buy it anyways?
I don't know.
Because I never heard Alan Wake being in Fortnite.
In Fortnite?
So that's an exclusive skin to that way.
I think it is exclusive. That
would be a very sought after skin then.
I guess, in a way.
You're like, I can sell my account.
Oh, God. I forgot that that's a thing that people do, is sell their accounts for the skins.
Yep. It was a long time ago. I thought about selling my Fortnite account. And I looked into, like, pricing of that stuff, and I was like, I think like it came out to a decent amount of money. Like I could have made like maybe $3,000 on my skins, but I was like, I think I put in like
a lot more.
$5,000 into that shit. And I was like,
it's like I'm not getting money back. I'm
yeah.
actually losing
Well, I was
money.
like, in my head, I was like, well, I could have $3,000 right now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, am I ever even gonna play Fortnite? Because at the time, I think I was like, I'm really done with Fortnite. And then I had to sit there and I was like, thinking about like the stuff I put into it. Like I have the God of War skin, but not only the God of War skin, it's the special PS5 gold one. Because you had to like load in on PS5 at the time to get it. I think it's like an automatic thing at this point, but it's just like I had a PS4 at the time when I got that, and I was like, I put in a lot of work into like getting some of the stuff. Especially, I have all the rainbow skins for the Marvel characters, which is their holofoil skin, and I've like when I went to get that skin, there were 3 days left that I noticed that I needed to grind. And I actually did the math to see how long within the 3 days I would have to play to get those skins was, and it was almost exactly the length of the 3 days. And I was like, dude, when I tell you, I almost didn't sleep for 3 days. I actually set alarms too to get up and get up and to like start
grind.
like
and rise and grind is what you did.
Yeah. It sounds insane. I know it does, but like.
I think Fortnite's not a good thing for me.
At the time, I was like, really, it because it was never gonna happen again, right? So like, they're never gonna allow you to get the those costumes again because it's part of the battle pass from that season. And then you can't finish the challenges, which they changed that later on. You can't finish the challenges at a later time to get the variant of the skin because it was part of the battle pass. So I was like, yep, I'm just gonna do it. And then I did it. And I was like, yeah, I have Rainbow Wolverine because that's really what I wanted was the Rainbow Wolverine one.
All right, I'm not downloading Fortnite.
Why? Well, it's not. You don't have to be that way.
No, I want Cell and Frieza, but I know I want to rise and grind.
You don't have to rise and grind.
No, it's gonna force me to. Look, I don't know. Maybe if depending how Dante looks, maybe I might think about download Fortnite.
Yeah.
No,
it's a fun game still.
I do want to try the Lego Fortnite.
Yeah,
because I hear that's actually pretty fun.
Looks like Minecraft.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet. I want to try it. So, the last game that I've been playing, and this is literally yesterday and today, I think, was Redfall.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, the opening is a really shitty, like, drawn opening. Like, it's just hand-drawn pages going to different pages.
Okay, I can understand what you're saying.
It looks like The Walking Dead, that type of, like, pages that are coming through. Like, the characters look like that when they're drawn that way. I don't know. Like, the story is not fun to me. They're just like, this town is infested by vampires, and nobody's gonna save it.
The premise was interesting because it's like basically a whole island is like unable to leave because of these fucking vampires.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that seems pretty cool. But then, you know, obviously the whole thing that happened with it when it came out was that like it was basically a huge bare bones game, and like it was broken as fuck.
Yeah,
like they've done multiple updates from what I understand, but yeah, I have no idea, Ming.
Yeah, so.
But yes, tell me about your experience.
So the vampires, are like fine. So, but that's like kind of boring to me, though. Even just at starting part, because they didn't give any like real information. They were just like vampires infested the city. you're surrounded by water that is higher than 15-story building or 15 different whatever 100,000 million stories, whatever, right? Yeah. It's really high, tsunami level shit. So you can't leave. It opens up. You're on a boat. You gotta go off the boat. You go fight some people. But this is the opening, right? Like this is what it's giving you is like no information still, and then you get to is it a fire? Yeah, a fire department. Mm-hmm. And you save these people in there. So I save them. I go to talk to them, but there's a specific person you need to talk to. But when you talk to AI in other worlds, you would think, like in other video games, you would think that they would talk back, right?
Yeah.
Like they'd be like, hello, what's going on there? Like they don't have to give like full things, but like just something like that. Every single person I talked to just went,
Oh.
And like grunted, and I was like, is there really no lines built into these people? Like for random dialogue? And then I found a lady, I talked to her. I went back and talked to each one person, and then they had dialogue. Again, like really nothing meaningful, but that's fine. There's really no reason to buy anything in the like area you start, but they have like places to buy. And I think I'm 5 hours in right now, and I have like still really crappy guns. The loot is pretty lackluster. The fights are pretty garbage. Like you go from like one place to another, and like you might fight 4 people, but like it's super easy to just kill the people. But that's something else. Like the people that are on the streets are cultists, and they're there to like
help the vampires.
Kind of help the vampires, but like they're just like what they do is they get people and then feed them to the vampires to keep themselves alive, which means like eventually the vampires will eat you too.
Yeah.
So like. Whatever. But it's funny because, like, so the cultists are bad guys, the vampires are bad guys, and nobody else is on the street to fight them, but you'll hear them fighting. So I'm like, what are they fighting? And I've like literally like zoomed in, and they're fighting nothing. It makes no sense what they're doing. So I guess like what's happening is like technically it's
supposed to give the illusion
like maybe there's civilians out there
that
they're like trying to capture, but like you don't see a civilian.
I guess it's supposed to give the illusion that something is happening in the world, that the world is more expansive.
But it's really fucking boring because like you run over to that fight and they're not doing anything except for shooting into the air, and I'm like, what?
Why are they
I've literally like caught myself going, what is this game? Like what is this shit, dude? Because it has like a ton of potential to be a cool ass game. I can climb almost everything in the game.
It did like obviously from Arcane, and it's like, oh, it's like this hero shooter with vampires and like this really interesting setting, but like it was so bare bones.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing, is that like they really had no vision with this, and I think we even talked about it like in the news that like there was no direction like at all. And that's why it came out the way it did. That's why it's still the way it is. I don't know. 96 gigs, you said?
Yeah, it's something like 96 gigs to download it.
Jeez.
It's funny because, like, in a weird way, I'm having fun with it. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel too serious, which is fine. I think the hardest thing I've had to do is like some of the vampires are like really overpowered.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just like, I don't really have that many guns. The best way to kill a vampire that's really overpowered though is they have a thing called a stake gun. You can only hold 3 stake ammo at a time. So like sometimes you can one shot them with it. And then other ones that are like bigger boss type, they take about 3. So I don't know. It's like
kind of whatever.
It's pretty okay. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing that was annoying. I think I can't remember his name now.
Blade.
The bad guy, the one that you're trying to find, is named like the Masked One or something like that, which is really fucking dumb.
It sounds like more of a Dishonored thing, but okay. I mean,
or maybe it's like he might be called like the Hidden One or something like that.
oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't know, no coolness to it. So
yeah.
But the gunplay feels okay. It's not great. It's definitely not great.
I forgot. I just realized since you have Game Pass, like you haven't booted up Starfield like at all.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I want to get into it, but like,
yeah,
when I do play it, I think I'm gonna play it a lot. So I don't want to like. I want to try to get through some of the other things I've been playing.
Yeah, I gotcha. Because I've been debating on like buying it, but like I keep seeing that the game's like really meh. So I think I'll just wait. Plus,
Yep.
I still have other stuff I have to beat, so it can go on like the back end of my backlog.
Yeah. Is it a multiplayer game?
No, I think it's just single player.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if I end up looking into it, I'll like let you know when I play it or whatever.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Redfall like good things are, its movement's good too. By the way, like running and stuff. Sounds maybe silly, but like some games it doesn't feel that clean. There's a slide when you run too. Which again, like these are things I just didn't expect from this game because people said it was so bad. I was like, so the guns are gonna be bad. Like I would never expect a game to let you slide. That's more like Call of Duty and Borderlands did that. So those are some good things that are going for it. You can climb a bunch of shit, which is cool because there's a lot of games that'll cut you off from doing that. Some of the mechanics like running and like some of the punches and stuff like that are good, and then the gunplay itself is good. So it's all good stuff.
Okay. So there is something there, but it's still mired by that whole it just being very nothing.
Yeah, the game itself feels very is destitute the word?
Yeah.
Where like there's not a lot.
There's not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you fight like maybe a zombie or something, or zombie, fuck. A vampire, and then maybe like 5 or 10 little bad guys, and then it's like nothingness for a while, and but it's also like there's no story developed in that either. I don't know. It sounds weird.
It's so crazy that like they did so much. Did they do a lot of marketing with it? Now that if I'm remembering correctly,
I don't think it was marketed that hard.
Yeah, not like Starfield. Starfield got marketed to shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to take a look at that.
I'm gonna finish Redfall though because I think I'm halfway through.
Okay, fair enough.
So, and then for watching stuff, I watched the new Psych movie, which has been out for longer than I forgot that it was out.
Oh,
Psych 3, yeah.
Based on the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, you know. I know, you know.
I'm not telling the truth.
Yeah. I love that show. I was a huge fan of that show. Yeah. I never watched the movies, but I should rewatch that show. It's good.
The first movie's good. I'm gonna explain why the second movie's bad, and then I'm also gonna explain why the third movie is good but has bad parts.
Ooh.
So you might want to look up the guy's name because I don't know his name. Carlton from Psych.
Officer.
Yeah.
I think his name's like Timothy something.
Yeah.
Hold on. Psych cast. Amundsen. Timothy Amundsen.
Yeah. So he is a really good actor. Now he isn't, and I couldn't understand why.
Now he isn't.
So
I know that something happened in his life where he got really sick.
yeah, he had a stroke, and
okay.
now I don't know if it affected his. It had to affect his acting because he was really good in the Psych series, and then he was good in the first movie, and the stroke happened before or around the second movie, and in the second movie they put him in a wheelchair. I believe he was wheelchair bound after his stroke, and then they in the movie worked in that he had a stroke in the movie, I believe, or something. He's sick in the movie for some reason.
Yeah.
And then I noticed like in that one he was really like acting weird, and I was like, oh, like it's his character, like he's just weird, whatever. Like something happened to him, right? And then the third movie, it's like Bruce Willis levels of bad acting current of how Bruce Willis is now.
Oh damn.
And I was watching him act, and I was just like, it feels horrible whenever he's like in a scene. And like I said, like that's when I was like, okay, let me look up like if something happened to this guy because it just seems really off.
Yeah.
And that is what happened.
Yeah.
It sucks because I really liked him in the whole series and then the first movie. And like obviously if that's what happened, like he can't act proper because of what happened. Like it doesn't make him a bad actor. It just happens to be that like he's not able to perform the way he used to. So, but the movie itself, the third one was good. I really enjoyed it. I'll probably actually go back and watch the series. I usually go back and watch it like every 2 years. It's just like I don't know. That show is literally one of my favorite shows of all time.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a very fun show.
Yeah, that and I would put like, what's it called? The Office and Brooklyn Nine-Nine next to those for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I watched what is a movie called? Mr. Monk's Last Case or something? For Monk?
Oh, the Monk TV show. Were you going through fucking not TBS? What is it?
Peacock?
Yes.
Yeah, I had the Peacock app. So I was watching because I
never watched Monk.
So good. I fucking love Tony Shalhoub, dude. What is USA is what the station is called.
That's what it is.
Used to be on.
Yeah.
And Monk came from there. Psych came from there. Yeah. There's more that I can't come off the top of my head right now.
There was a lot of good shows on that program. Yeah.
That like, bro, like it blows my mind that Monk and Psych both came from there because they're just such good shows. And you like from a station called USA, I would never think would be great stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I should probably.
Which is a weird sounding thing to say, but
USA.
I mean, for some reason, because I guess I would hear USA and I'd be like, oh, that's like really patriotic, right?
Because you would think it's like almost the same thing as like TV Land, where it's like playing classic TV.
Yeah. Exactly. Hello, partner. Howdy, whatever, right?
What are you doing, Beaver? Yeah.
Oh shit, that was a good show though.
Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, I used to love watching that shit. Like, cause I would watch TV Land to my mom. And like, dude, I love Lucy, man. Get the fuck out of here. That show's so good.
Lucille Ball.
Dick Van Dyke, dude, so good.
I never watched any of those TV Land shows.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm doing the sound effect for you. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Shit, dude, fuck. Did I watch anything else?
I should give Monk a shot.
You should. For real. Yeah, now I want to remember what the fuck is on, like, from USA.
I want to say Castle was on that? Or something like that. Or no, not The Mentalist.
The Mentalist.
I'm trying to remember. But I remember I used to try to get up to date with Psych. Watching on USA. Yeah, I haven't watched that many TV shows. Well, I don't even watch TV, like cable.
Well, I'm trying to think, like, that's kind of like the only time I was like watching that stuff was like, and that's why I know Psych so well. But there were like, you know, what other stuff was happening? There were so many people watching, like, I don't think The Walking Dead was at that point.
Like The Walking Dead was like the biggest phenomenon in TV besides Breaking Bad.
What was the show before?
Well, AMC was like the program with like a bunch of like really big hidden gems that became huge shit.
So I was watching Psych. People were watching Lost. That's what it was. Like,
okay.
it was around that time.
Okay.
And like, people were like, "I love Lost," and I was like, "I can't wait to watch Sean Spencer figure out the psychic mystery."
What goofy shenanigans will him and Gus get up to this time? Yeah,
dude. I just remember friends being like, "Did you see like what happened to the people on the island?" And I was like, "Miss Monster, get the fuck away from me, weirdo!" Like, nobody wants to hear about that shit.
It's so crazy because just hearing about like the ending of Lost, that like it is kind of disappointing to a lot of people. It's like it killed any urge for me to watch Lost.
I mean, oh, dude. You know what really sucks too is like, I ended up watching Lost, in like a weird run. I think I did, like, just got out of high school, and like, just like somebody was like, "Hey, let's watch this," and like, I sat there and like went through it, and I was like, this show is actually really good. The characters and everything and all that stuff, and then like you see like the monster, or like what's supposed to be a monster, and it was just like, oh, like that's actually bad. This is gonna be bad.
I think Lost got hit with a writer's strike during that time.
Did it?
I think they did. I'm trying to remember if it was them, because I know Heroes got the exact same thing. If you remember that show, like a lot of people really liked the first seasons, and then it just kind of went downhill because the writing strike, because they were still trying to push out episodes with no writers. So I think Lost got that as well.
USA had Suits as well.
Oh yeah, Suits.
Yeah, and I did end up really liking that at the time.
Suits, yeah.
I think Royal Pains was okay. I like watched a few episodes of that.
Okay.
Oh, Law and Order. Boom. That show's been huge for fucking ever.
Was that on USA? Like only? I thought it was on like NBC.
I think it switched hands at some point. But Peacock is NBC.
Okay. Yeah. What the fuck was USA? I guess it's a subsidiary of NBC/Peacock. But I mean, all I know is that fucking Psych was good. Psych was very good.
Yeah.
What else you got?
The Monk movie was okay, by the way.
Oh, okay. Did Monk do the monk?
He did.
Hit him with the monk.
Do you care if I talk about it, or?
I mean, I haven't seen the show, so I don't really know if you talk about it, like what stuff goes on.
Okay.
Just give me a gist of like what Monk is, and then you could go from there.
So Monk's a detective that solves murder mysteries most of the time. I think it's always a murder.
Okay.
Or someone is going to be murdered or something. Yeah. But he is a very hygienic person. He's like OCD as well, and like he can't have germs, or germaphobe as well. That's what it is. So like the thing is like he'll go into a murder thing and he'll like want to clean up, and it's like, haha, Monk's crazy and wants to clean, and then he's like, him doing what he does by like wanting to clean, he'll see like things and he'll be like, oh, this rope isn't close enough to the chair. How did he do it? You know, whatever. Yeah. Well, so anyways, so it's basically that. So, part of what the movie is he like wants to kill himself.
Oh damn, starting off strong.
And
in the Monk movie.
And I was like, this what? Like, this is not the Monk character. What do you mean? Like, never in an episode has he been like fighting with like
depression or suicidal thoughts.
And like, it's fine, but the direction felt bad.
Is it like supposed to be like, oh, this is like years after the series ended, like in time? Okay, all right. I don't know. I mean, I hear that because it reminds me of a little bit about like what's going on with like Star Trek, where like Star Trek Picard, where you know who plays Jean-Luc Picard, right? Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze.
So they basically wrote his character in a very different way compared to how he was in Star Trek: The Next Generation, and everybody that knows that character is like, he's making weird ass decisions that he would usually not make, and the writing is just terrible. And then they look at the writing credits and it's like, oh yeah, because this specific producer's on this show and he's known to have a tendency of like putting stuff in for no reason. But you know, for Patrick Stewart, it's like another paycheck, so he's like, fuck it, give it to me.
Yeah. It's funny actually.
Monk
He's
fighting
like,
depression.
Yeah, man, it's just weird. I forgot part of the story in the series is his wife died.
Oh.
That's just part of the series. You
Yeah.
find out literally episode 1.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And that's like his whole reason behind solving cases is like he wants to find his wife's murderer.
Oh, okay.
But like, will he ever find that person? And then they're like, and then in the movie he's like,
wait, you mean to tell me that they still haven't found the murderer?
No, they did.
Oh,
I didn't want to say that they did.
Okay.
And then in the movie she's like talking to him
as a
from
ghost
beyond the grave.
As a ghost.
And she, it sounds so stupid. and she's like, don't do it. And he's like, why, ghost wife? Why shouldn't I kill myself? And she's like, because so many people love you. And he's like, cool. And then he starts counting pills.
Jesus.
And he's like, you know, he's got oh my God, he literally has like 40,000 pills. And he's like, yeah, he puts them in like a bag, and then like he goes to like a park, and he's like, gonna do it. And I can't remember what happens. Like, somebody comes in and finds him. Like, one of the people that works with him.
Yeah, we need you to solve a mystery, Monk. No time to kill yourself.
They're just like, we love you. And he's like, I am loved. And then throws pills in the it happens nothing like what I'm saying. I'm really just making it simplified, but like,
I am loved. Ghost wife was right. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like he ends up like not doing it because like the ghost wife is like, oh, this is wild, by the way. She's like, you have to take care of our daughter, which like isn't his daughter. It's the man that killed the wife's daughter. So his like arch nemesis, his daughter. I think
it's like
had a daughter. I think they had a daughter together.
Okay, it's funny you mention it because like there's a Sherlock Holmes game that has that, where like Sherlock Holmes raises the daughter of his arch nemesis, and like the game is called, I think, the Sherlock Holmes and the Devil's Daughter.
Oh.
And it's just like the little girl's like, I'm evil, and he's like, no, you're not evil. I love you. You're loved.
But no, so I might be wrong, but I actually had to look it up after the movie because I forgot. Because they tell you, I think, in the TV show. So the wife's name is Trudy, and the evil guy's name is like Mark. And Monk finds out that Trudy and Mark had a baby together, which means they had sex at some point. And I was just like, I think they were dating at some point. And I was just like, wait, Monk got like
cucked?
Yeah. Like what? What? Monk got like fucking destroyed in this fucking scenario. Like, and he still loves this fucking like dead ghost lady, dude. I was like, bro, I would be livid. But then again, like,
Monk sounds more complicated than I give it. Holy shit.
It's wild as fuck, dude. Or it might just be that maybe he had like the the evil guy had sex with like his cleaning lady and had a baby. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's like his daughter. He thinks. Anyways, it's in like a Wikipedia. Just go check it out if you want to know.
I'll probably watch Monk, if anything, at some point. I'll probably buy the DVDs.
But it's on fucking Peacock, bro. Just watch it.
I don't want to watch it on a subscription service.
Well, I want to give the subscription service people my money for the hard copy. God, digital's never gonna go away. Don't you know that?
That's why I still buy physical. That's why I still buy physical. Where's the Monk Snyder cut? Where's Monk?
I completely forgot I watched Rebel Moon.
Oh shit, that's right.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, that's right.
I forgot that Monk wasn't the most evil thing.
Monk was top tier compared to what you watched of Rebel Moon.
Dude, oh my god. I would watch Monk 20 times in a row instead of Rebel Moon once.
I heard not good things, bro. That's why I didn't even bother.
You didn't watch it?
No.
I thought we made a pact, man. Oh no.
We made a pact with fucking Resident Evil, and then you were like,
so bad.
Because I was like, all right, I'm here to talk about Resident Evil. And you're like, I stopped at episode 4. And I was like, are you fucking serious? I watched this shit show for nothing?
So bad.
It's not great.
So
Literally the only person that made that show good was Lance Reddick. That was the only person that made that show good.
It's really sad.
It sucks, yeah. And it's oh god, that show was fucking terrible. Because I didn't even bother with Rebel Moon because like I don't know, Snyder stuff I don't really dig. Like Dawn of the Dead was actually I think one of the best Snyder movies that he's done.
Yep.
But after that there was like 300 was okay. Like I like 300.
Did Snyder make that?
I think he produced it. Let me look this up. 300 movie.
Oh, producing it doesn't mean shit.
I think he might have directed it. Yes, he directed it. So yeah. So 300 was good. I put that like right underneath Dawn of the Dead. But then like everything afterwards, like after hearing about the whole thing with fucking Batman v Superman, that was a fucking shit show. I remember watching Man of Steel, and even me, like I think I was in high school at the time. Was I in high school? I don't remember how old I was at that time, but it's just like watching that, I was like, man, this movie's not great. And his Netflix thing of what is it, Army of the Dead? Do you remember that? It was like Dave Bautista. Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
It's okay, but like I didn't really like think it was, you know, it's
I'll have to watch it. I don't think I watched it.
It wasn't really like a need to watch. But like it did a lot of like very hokey, like I guess very like what's what I'm looking for? It just felt basic in a sense. It just felt very, very basic. And then yeah, with this fucking movie being fucking, what is it, 3 parts that they're planning? Or 2 more parts after
4.
this one? 4, god damn.
The first movie is 2 parts.
What is it called? Star Child?
Like Child on Fire or something.
Oh yeah, okay. And yeah, I just
or the Fire Book or something. I can't remember.
I heard it's just not good, and people were saying that like it's basically Zack Snyder trying to make his own Star Wars.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
I have probably bad takes on it, but whatever.
Did you like it?
No.
Give us your bad takes, which I'm pretty sure everybody else would be like, no, he's right.
When I say bad takes, I mean like I'm not great about talking about this stuff. One, I forget pretty easily about some of the stuff that happened, but like so I'm just gonna give you like a rundown of what I can remember. It starts out with this lady on like a what are they called? Where you like doing like irrigation? It's irrigation or whatever, like farming. Where like you know how a horse would like back in the old days drag like a metal thing, like making rows.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing. And like someone talks to her about like some stuff that's like going on with like them in the town or whatever. Anyways, they go to like a party. I think her dad is talking to her about like um having a baby, or not. Maybe it's not her dad. I guess because like it's whoever they're living with.
Mhm.
My bad. But talk because like I guess they're talking about like having babies and like people need to like settle in this area or whatever. And the girl like doesn't want to settle in. So then the space people come down later and they like
The Imperial Army.
yeah, the Imperial Army comes down. Which are they actually the Imperial Army? I can't remember what they call them.
I have no idea. I'm just going off Star Wars.
I think it's like something like that though.
Okay.
And these people come down and they're like gonna have talks about how much food they can provide so that the army can like refuel here basically and always have like a place to get food wherever. And the leaders like tell them we don't have anything. If they think we can't produce anything, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
If they think we can produce stuff, they're gonna take it all. But if they think we have nothing, they might take just a little bit. Or what they think we can only afford, right?
Okay.
So if we tell them we can only produce like enough for these people, and like what they think we're gonna get is like a yield would be like call it 100 pounds of food, but they actually make like 900 pounds of food, right?
Yeah.
They just lie and they'll only want the 100.
Yeah, they're basically trying to figure out, all right, how do we ensure that we don't kill ourselves during this process? Yeah.
So the whole thing goes into like this thing where they're talking, and the guy that's like leading the place is like doing the talks in front of like the village, and so is like the other leader from the other place is talking to them, and he's like, yeah, so like how much do you produce? And the guy said it, and then he's like, weird, like this place looks so, he starts like putting doubt, right? And then the leader from the homeworld, who's like talking about his food and his people, he's like, no, like you don't notice, like we have a lot of mountains, we have a lot of this, we have a lot of that. And then one of the guys speaks up and is like, he's lying. And then that dude gets killed, the leader. And then they're like, cool, we're gonna take everything from you. And the guy was just like, you just get it from that. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, obviously I should have done it. So anyways, with like all that said, like it sounds kind of interesting, but like that's actually super boring. And that's like, holy shit, like 50 minutes already.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's just a long ass intro sequence to like
it's the whole movie is just long-winded. Like they were like, we need like food, and like I'm just like, fucking A, man.
I guess they're really like doing whatever they can with like the first part, because it's supposed to be, like you said, like 4 parts, right? Yeah. So it's like, all right, here's the introduction part, and then the second part will be maybe something else of moving on part, and then I don't know where it goes from there. But how long is it?
I think it's almost 3 hours. Maybe it's only 2.5.
The first part?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So here's where it gets worse. The girl's like, cool, I'm gonna run away. Someone like is like, wait.
Don't run away.
Go get help.
Oh.
And she's like, yeah, I'll do that. So she goes to a bar. Oh my. Hold on, wait. Does she find the other guy first? Hold on. I can't remember if she leaves with someone or not. No, I don't think she does. I think she goes alone. She goes to this bar. Do you remember in Star Wars when
he finds Han Solo?
When Han Solo gets found at a bar? Almost a shot-for-shot remake.
Oh no, did they have like a Greedo thing?
There was a guy that she goes with. I can't remember who though.
But no, but is it like the Han Solo characters in like a booth, and then another alien slips in, and he's like, "You owe us money, Han Solo." Character guy who's not Han Solo. Okay.
But you'll. So I'm getting. Don't worry.
Okay.
So the guy that's with the lady, is talking to an alien, and the alien is an overly sexualized gay alien, and tells the guy that she's with, like, basically it's gonna fuck him. And he's like, what? And he's like, don't worry about it. And then he, like, violently grabs the dude's balls and, like, lifts him. And he's like, we're gonna have fun, basically. There's a lot more dialogue.
Wow.
But, like, it kind of goes this way. And I was like, I mean, I don't care about this situation, but, like,
why?
Like, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like, why?
And they was like, the guy wasn't like, yo, fuck you, giant alien man.
I'm
like,
not gay.
Yeah, well, he didn't even, it doesn't have to be like anything. He doesn't have to say that I'm not gay, but, like, he's like, there's no confrontation. The alien literally is just like, I'm gonna fuck you. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
All right.
So I think she kills that guy, and then a bunch of aliens start fighting in the bar, and they end up killing everybody. And the Han Solo guy, who, by the way, I love the actor. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he did he played the main character in the biker TV show.
Oh,
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh,
yeah,
he's a British dude.
Yeah, I love that dude so much, man.
Yeah.
Such a cool dude.
Another good show I heard to watch.
Yo, I recommend it highly. I love that show. So, like, he's like the final person that, like, they're gonna shoot, which I actually think is the guy at the end. Is the gay bug dude? No, they let him go. I don't know. They end up fighting. They kill everybody in the bar. That guy's the Han Solo of the group. And and he's like, I heard you were looking for a ship, like, to get you out of here, or to, like, go do whatever. And she's like, yeah, but I don't have any money. And he's like, that's cool. I just wanted for the experience and whatever money you can give me. And I was like, this is terrible writing. And they go to a planet because the guy's like, I think you might like this guy to help you out on your way.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to, like, are you ready for this?
No,
they go to an alien's place, and the alien will only let this slave go, who's literally like Anakin when he's a child, when he's a slave, remember?
Oh, God.
And he has to do the pod races?
Yeah.
And they will only let him go if he races really fast, right?
Wait, they set up a pod race thing?
Hold on. What happens to Anakin? He has to do the race and then he's free, right?
Yeah.
Right. So here what happens is he goes to this alien, this guy that they're trying to get freed, who is a slave to the alien. The only way he's allowed to go free is if he tames a wild, like, flying beast.
Okay.
And the way that happens is he has to do a little, like, it's not a race, but it basically is a pod race in a desert planet where he's flying through the air with no harness, by the way, just, like, flying through the air with this thing. And he, like, give it, like, I call it, like, a 5-minute scene where he's taming this beast thing.
So why are they trying to release this slave person?
Because the guy, the Han Solo said that it's maybe a guy that you might like to have around.
Oh. So he wasn't like, I feel the force in this one?
Nope. He was like, he's really strong. That was like it. Like, this guy might be strong. You might be able to use him. That was it.
Okay. All right.
And so, and then they go and find another person, and it's the same thing. Like, it's not the same thing, but, like, so it's a different planet.
Basically, the plot just moves on from them finding a crew, but, like, they're just going to different spots and be like, hey, I want that person in my crew. Okay.
Yep. That's where I stopped.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
Oh, no, I refuse to go back to that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't blame you.
I'll probably finish it this week, but just to do because I'm halfway through. But so I got mad at that part because it was such a, like, weird. It feels like a filler piece.
Yeah.
and they like I as I was watching that part, I was like, oh, again, like this is just a pod race. Like what the fuck? So I watched the next little piece where they're like fighting this bug woman that's like a spider, and I was just like, what? Like, why are we here? And like, maybe it's me. Maybe I skipped something and I didn't understand something. And
and then you rewind and you're like, wait, no, what? Like,
so,
oh man, wow.
yeah.
Zack Snyder sounds like a hack.
But literally, like, look at the Han Solo bar scene, and then look at the pod racing scene, and like, people aren't wrong to call this a shitty version of Star Wars.
Yeah.
It would be different if it was like, if he had to go into the water and get a guy released from the mermaid squad and had to swim faster than them. Like, at least it's not a fucking desert.
Yeah, and then
running through. It literally, like, in my head, I'm like, it's like a shot-for-shot remake of something else.
Like, it's A New Hope and Phantom Menace all in one.
It feels like it's all the fucking stupid-ass things put in together, yeah.
Yeah. It's the first...
But, no, yeah, like, you're right. The two first movies that are, like, yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. That's not good, but that's also weird. I don't know, man. Like I said, Zack Snyder is like... I don't know how the fuck he keeps making movies. That's rough.
Yep. I felt really bad watching it, too.
Like, felt awful.
Like, the first part where when they open up, and that first, like, 40 minutes, feels like you went to like your little cousin's play, and you're like, oh cool, an hour and a half of this. Where you're like, I know the play and I know actors could do this better, but I guess I'll watch children do it, you know?
Yeah.
Like Les Miserables is way better when like Hugh Jackman's
instead of my 3-year-old cousin trying to be Zhao Valjean.
But like it also does feel like, because I know somebody called it like a space opera, it actually feels like it's like opera set pieces. Nobody's singing, but like I'm just like,
no, space opera is completely different in the context. No, I get it, because like people have described Star Wars as a space opera because it's supposed to be extravagant and like big.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I don't know. If you check it out, like, you'll see. Maybe just do like see if you like can find like a small clip of like 10 minutes or something, and you can see like the places they go feel very set piecey and not like you're in a world somewhere else.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Also, just watch the movie. Why not? You watch Resident Evil, you might as well watch this.
I did, because we made a pact and you broke it.
I know, we made a pact for this one and you broke it, so now we're even.
We never agreed upon that pact.
Oh, because
you're like, I just started. By the way, should we make the pact right now? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not gonna fucking start it with you.
So I'll stop with my stuff there. I don't think I have anything else. The only other thing is Halo, but maybe we could talk about that
together
after you're done your stuff.
As family, okay.
Because it was fun, so that'd be fun.
Oh my god, yeah. So yeah, I forgot about Halo. I forgot to put that down as like stuff that I watched for this year. Hold on, let me try to put that down again, just so I remember. All right. For stuff that I played, been playing a bunch of different things. I don't remember, was it last podcast I talked about that I finished Lies of P on stream?
Yep.
That's a very good game. It's kind of a shame. It's not Bloodborne, but it has elements that feel very Bloodborne-ish. But I think it stands on by itself because of how the gameplay is. But I think in general, it is a very fun game if you have kind of like an itch to play a Souls-like game. It's good. And it's also funny, too, at the fact that like this game just explains everything. Like, it's not as like vague like Dark Souls, where it's like, oh, you got to look up the fucking description for the weapon or the soul. of like the enemy that you beat. The game basically tells you, oh yeah, the reason why this shit is happening is because of this, and like characters directly tell you as well. It's like, well, this character fucked up this shit, so now things are all kinds of fucked up. It has a definitive narrative, um, which it leaves in a cliffhanger, which I was surprised about, where I think they're planning on doing like different story, like folktales or like different story stuff, because they hinted at Wizard of Oz.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. But I'm
smart for them though, because
Yeah.
that's a great way to like
Hey,
build into more
yeah,
areas.
here's more like folk tales or more stories about like wonderlands and stuff like that. So who knows?
Cool. Yeah.
They might do an Alice in Wonderland.
No, that would be cool though.
But
That's huge too.
yeah,
Alice in Wonderland, people love that shit.
yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what they do, I guess, in that kind of like folk tale kind of thing. Because even then, having the idea of doing a Pinocchio game sounded really weird, but overall, it was done pretty well, even with its story. I just liked the weirdness of it. It was just very weird because I initially thought it was just gonna be like you fighting puppets, but then it turns, I think maybe in like the third area that you go to, it's like, oh, you're dealing with like weird corrupted zombie people, and then it just kind of goes from there. Yeah, it's really bizarre. But they kind of explained the whole thing of like why the monsters look the way that they do. And they basically, the whole gist is that like there's a disease that's happening and like it's affecting people, and that leaves them in a really fucked up state. But it's cool. I really, really do recommend Liza P. And what else did I finish? Yeah, last podcast I talked about Web of Weird. That was good. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick.
Web of Weird. What's that again?
It's the Hellboy game.
Oh, how was it?
It's good. If you like Punch-Out and roguelikes, it's fun. I hope you like those.
I do like roguelites.
I would say look up game.
What was the other thing? I'm sorry.
Punch-Out.
Punch-Out?
Yeah.
Like the fighting game?
Yeah, where you play as Little Mac and like you're fighting against Mike Tyson.
I do not like that.
Okay.
But why? Why would I need it like that?
No, if you like it, then you probably
Is that
enjoy
how
it.
Is that how
The combat
plays?
the combat is kind of like that, where it's like there are certain enemy movements where they're about to do a swing, so you can do a duck, or like you can do a side duck or sway back, but then you're mostly punching as Hellboy, or you have your gun. But the thing is with the game, like it adds different charms that you can use.
Is it not a 3D game?
It is. It has a dodge system. The dodge system is like in a block, but also a parry as with.
But like, it's open world, no? Like not open world, but like open area.
Yeah, it's like you walk into an basically an area. There's a bunch of little enemies, and then there's bigger enemies. So your main thing is to take out the bigger enemies.
Is it isometric?
No, it's like behind the shoulder. It's like third person. But like when you lock onto an enemy, it goes off to the side a little bit, and then it kind of shows like the enemy like highlights itself whenever it does an attack. So when it does the attack, I guess
like I was wondering because like you were saying it's like, or if you like Punch-Out, I was thinking like because I thought I was like walking like this at people.
No, because like by Punch-Out I mean in the sense that like when you're fighting the bigger enemies, they have an attack that you basically it has like a bit of a strict timing, because when it comes to your ducking, all right. So like Punch-Out has that thing where it's like when you duck or when you weave, you have to be precise with it. So Hellboy kind of has that where it's like you kind of have to be a little precise with your ducks or your dodging. But that game was pretty fun. Which I don't think I started that podcast, but I started the Hellboy comics, which I am completely surprised on how Guillermo del Toro made a story from that, or like a screenplay. Because basically, the Hellboy comics are just like, all right, here's Hellboy and his latest adventure against Nazis. But it's cool. It's very weird. The Hellboy comics. I like them. But that Mike Mignola art is fantastic. It is phenomenal. It's very strong. Games. Oh, I finally beat Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. with that Idris Elba. It was good. It was very, very good. I liked it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I do want to play through that. I just don't know when.
It's interesting because like it feels like, so there is a way to get a true ending to that like expansion, because like in Cyberpunk, I don't know if you ever beat the main game. Did you ever beat the main game of Cyberpunk?
No.
No. Okay. So Cyberpunk kind of gives you like little endings to like try to, for you to figure out whether or not you want to go with this ending or this ending. So Phantom Liberty does this thing because like this was the weird part for me of Cyberpunk when this expansion came out, where it's like, I know how the game ends, so it's like, why even bother doing this? So when you beat the game and get one of the endings, it leads on to the, I guess like a truer or like a truer ending of how the game finishes, where at the point of no return at the end of the game, you can choose that, you can make that decision to do that expansion's ending, and it's very, very different, and it's much more interesting, I have to say. But it has that that cyberpunk like feel of like it being really dark, and just like it just doesn't feel good, but at the same time it gives you a little bit of hope. I don't want to spoil it, but the ending of that, like, it just left me hollow in a sense, where it's like, damn, man, like shit sucks in Cyberpunk. Like shit just sucks. But overall, it was a very good expansion. The story itself, I think, was really good. I mentioned the first time when I was playing it that it felt like Escape from New York, but with some spy shit in it, and it does the spy shit like really well. I think it also does like some of the characters pretty well, because Idris Elba's character is like very prominent in the game, obviously, because he's the big name on that. And I like how complicated his character is. I don't want to get too into his character stuff, but he's very well written. I think everything in that game is very, very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went back, I did the different endings for that, and I eventually got like the true ending. And yeah. So Cyberpunk is completely done for Chunch. Completely done.
Until Cyberpunk 2.
Until Cyberpunk 2, which I think they mentioned that like technically this DLC was supposed to be Cyberpunk 2, but who knows? Maybe
they also like openly talked about making another Cyberpunk.
I mean, if they do, I'm probably interested, but hopefully it doesn't come out a fucking mess.
I hope it comes out messier, and they're like, ha.
Guess what? We didn't learn our lesson. Baby. Truly back. Witcher remake.
Well, we are getting Witcher
1 remake and then the
4, right?
Sequel. Yeah. Technically, yeah.
Yeah. How about that, bro?
I'm very interested. I'm very interested in that Witcher sequel. I mean, Switcher. The Witcher remake.
The Switcher. You hear that first news here first, folks?
The Switcher remake.
They're coming out with The Witcher 4 solely for Nintendo.
Oh no, for Nintendo Switch 2, the Switcher.
The Switcher.
I'm very interested in that remake, because like I remember I tried playing that first game, and I think I got to the end, but I wasn't able to finish that boss. But that game is jank. That first game is jank.
I had friends when I got the PS4 that were like, "Try The Witcher, man, it's the best game." And I was like, "Cool." Tried 3. I hated 3, man. Holy crap!
Really?
I know.
Okay.
I know it's a good game. It's me. It's fine.
Was it? But during the time it came out, or was it like?
No, this was years after.
Okay.
I just like finally got to it because it was like $10 or something, and I was like, I'm mad that I spent $10 on this game. It's bad. And then everyone, literally all my friends were like, "You ever think that you're just bad?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I know. Like I know this is like everyone loves this game. I just hate it."
It's funny too, because it's like I played the first game, I didn't beat it, but then I read the book, which was the introduction book, and it's like basically short stories of like Geralt's adventures, and I fucking loved it. I loved reading that book. I could not put it down. And then I played the second game, which I was like, okay, that's a little bit better. The combat feels more actiony. And then the third game came out, and I was playing. I got the complete edition. This was like years after the game came out. I got the complete edition, and I'm like, fuck, I love The Witcher 3. And just the music's so good, and like all this shit with Geralt and all his bullshit. And I'm like, I love The Witcher 3.
After watching the show, I wanted to go back and play 3, but I didn't.
That's fair.
And now I just want the first one remade because I feel like that'll probably be fun.
It definitely
I want to play
needs
the fourth one.
It definitely needs a remake, that first one, because like I said, that first game is janky as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The controls in 3 were fine. I think if the game when they remake 1, if it feels like 4 or 3, I think I'll like it. I think I'll have fun playing it.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully it comes out good whenever it comes out. But yeah, Cyberpunk was a good time. It was a very, very good time. As for stuff that I'm still going through, Shadow Tactics, Blade of the Shogun. I've gotten to a part where I feel like it's so like I mentioned before that this game is like kind of like a puzzle game when it comes to like its stealth stuff, where it's like, okay, how do I take out this enemy with this character, or how do I take out this enemy, or get from this point to that point? And I've gotten to a part where I feel like I'm really dumb because it's like it's very challenging. It's very, very challenging, but hopefully I'm able to get through it. It's because it's still genuinely like a fun stealth puzzle game. And let's see what else. Hold on, let me look at my Steam stuff. I played the Immortals of Avium demo.
How was it?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I was hitting some stutters on my PC, so it still has that problem. But I kind of like it in like a trashy way because it feels like a CW show.
Okay.
I will be interested in it once it goes like way down in price, or if they do eventually fix it, because I think on Steam currently, I think the base game is like, I think less than $30. I think also on PlayStation it's like less than $30, but the PlayStation version I know is its resolution is like downgraded, so it doesn't look that good, and it does not have HDR shit. So I tried booting it up on my PS5, and it just does not look good. It doesn't look good compared to the PC version. So I was like, maybe I might try the PC version once it goes like way, way down in price. But overall, it's not like the best thing in the world, but it is somewhat enjoyable. Like the gameplay of it is kind of interesting. It's kind of neat. Because I think it is kind of reminiscent of like from what I've seen of like Ghostwire Tokyo, of like using your hands and stuff, like shooting the blast. But here's the thing, it's just guns. It's just guns, but like different color guns with your hand magic. Because like you got the submachine gun, you got the shotgun, and you got like the sniper, and like that's it. And then you got a whip. So I would say check out the demo because it is free on or is that on Game Pass? Now I'm thinking about it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
The demo's free though.
Okay, because do you still have to pay for like the EA stuff? Because I know like Xbox has like a deal.
No, EA has a deal, but it's like they pick and choose what they want you to play. EA.
Oh, okay. So I would say check out the demo on Steam. See if you might.
What's the game called? Avium?
Yeah, Immortals of Avium. It's very CW.
No, you can't even buy it on the Xbox store.
Oh, that's weird.
At least I don't see it.
I think that might be just like EA app only.
It's on Steam though.
Yeah, it is on Steam. So yeah, check out the demo on Steam.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played that. I'm still going through what the fuck was it? Oh yeah, we played Lethal Company. That's right. That we did. Oh, I've been playing a little bit of Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. That came out.
Oh.
It's a new fighting game. Well, it's not a new fighting game. It's just a better version of Grand Blue Fantasy versus. It's a mouthful. It's fun. I haven't jumped online because I'm still learning characters and seeing who I like, but it's overall pretty fun. Because that's Arc System Works. What else have I been playing? Think last week I talked about God of War. Did I not talk about God of War? Valhalla? Oh no, I didn't.
I don't think you talked about playing it. You talked about you were getting into things.
Okay, so yeah, I finished God of War Valhalla. Man, that is a very, very good free LC. Genuinely, just like, I'm very excited to see what they do with Kratos. David Jaffe says Kratos is a bitch, but fuck David Jaffe. It's fucking stupid. It's like, what did you expect, motherfucker? That's what happens when you get like fucking 8 different directors doing fucking Kratos. But I liked it. I really, really enjoyed it. I like that it kind of like dives into Kratos a little bit more with his character and like him coming to peace with things. And I'm just very interested to see what they do afterwards. But it's very good. As like a roguelike, it's genuinely like really fun. Because I didn't die too often, but I was playing on, because it gives you the options of playing on different difficulties. And the whole purpose of that is like, if you want to change it to a higher difficulty, you can get better rewards and better like trinkets and stuff like that. So, but I was playing it normally, and even then the normal experience, I was just like, I wouldn't say blazing through it, but I was like having a pretty good time with it. But some of those boss battles were like pretty tough at times. But yeah, overall, very, very good. I highly recommend it if you haven't played it yet.
The Jaffe guy originally made Kratos?
Yes, he's the creator of God of War and the director of the first game. Cory Barlog is the second God of War director.
So I can't remember something about him like saying like Kratos is soft having a son and like all this stuff, and like I like how someone had said like what do you expect? Like people grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
And like he's still, and they were like, it's not like he's not a badass. Like he's still beating the shit out of gods. He just has a kid now.
He loves his son. It's like, what more do you want? Like, do you want him slapping his son around?
Yeah, it's like the guy's just annoyed because like Barlog was like basing it off of part of his life, which is like, who cares?
I feel so bad for Cory Barlog because it's just like, even David, because he reached out to David Jaffe to be like, oh yeah, how did you like the game? This was like way before this shit happened, and David Jaffe was like, yeah, Kratos is great. Like, I'm glad that you changed his character. This is like, he was praising him basically.
Yeah.
And then when that tweet happened, Cory Barlog just like retweeted and with just like a frowny face. And it's just like, God damn it, man! Like, you can leave the guy alone. But even then, Ragnarok is directed by somebody else. It's a completely different director, but you know, it's still following that version of Kratos from Barlog. But still, like, it's so goofy. But to be fair, David Jaffe has not made a good game afterwards. Like, he tried to make different stuff, but it just ended up not working.
I saw videos of people like that were praising Jaffe though about old Kratos, and they were, you know, it's not a ton of people, it's a handful of people, but they're the people that are saying things about it. They're like, yeah, I miss that way that Kratos used to fight, and the top-down aspect, or it wasn't top-down, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
the isometric kind of like action camera.
And I was like, yeah, man, like that was cool back then.
That was cool in the like, PS2 era.
Yeah, I was like, have you not seen that you can throw a fucking axe through a wall and hit somebody and freeze them and pull it back and do it again? Like, what do you mean? You don't want a boomerang axe?
That's the thing that like drives me insane, is that like, I understand some people's like weird nostalgia for a character that was quote unquote badass, but just being a fucking asshole the entire time. Because if you go back to those games, Kratos is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And you kind of get it that like, I guess he was corrupted because of him being a god of war, or his vengeance against the gods and this and that. Like, I guess that part of him that like really like sucked him in and being a fucking asshole, because he was an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Almost at a point a villain, but like, you know, like a lot of people have been stating, is that like eventually that person has to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
So, and that's what he does. He grows the fuck up.
I do have to say, I didn't think about it until now. They're lucky Barlog and like others that came along to like make Kratos who he is now did so, because I forgot in the old God of Wars, they always had titties out.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit, I doubt you could get that on a mature rating or.
I mean, you can have titties out, but I don't know if like implied sex scenes are a thing that can be done still.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you could still have, because they literally just had boobs there.
Wait,
all
no,
the time.
I'm wrong. Because there's literally a fucking sex scene in Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was so uncomfortable watching it because I'm like, it's going on for way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like I don't understand it. I don't understand what people's like whole ordeal of like, no, don't let the character grow into an actual human being. That's like, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? Like, that's why God of War like 2018 was so interesting, because of Kratos like trying to have a relationship with his son, because he's so estranged from him. And then Ragnarok is like him being an actual dad, but you start to realize that like he cares too much to a point, to a fault, where he's like, I can't leave your side, Atreus, because it's like I'm afraid to lose you. And it's like, yeah, it was like, you get it. Like, he's lost people. And that's what Valhalla does as well. Valhalla goes into that whole aspect of Kratos' mind being like, he has lost a lot of people or pushed them away. And he's been alone. But now he actually has friends. Like, that's the crazy part. So it's goofy to have fucking David Jaffe be like, oh, he's so soft. And it's like, motherfucker, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like your entire story in the first couple Kratos games where he's upset because he killed his wife.
He was
or
tricked by Ares, yeah.
Yeah, so like he's always been a softie for his family.
Yeah, but even then, it's just like the journey that he went on was a very shitty one, because he only cared about himself. Like he destroyed Greece. That was the whole thing at the end of the third game. And even then, like there are moments in the older games where like he uses just random civilians as like tools. I remember I think it was the third or the second game, I don't quite remember, but I remember him grabbing a lady and was like, I have to stop this gear from turning, and he just throws a lady in there, and it's like, all right, moving on. And it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like at that time, I was just like not thinking of it, but having a retrospective of it is just like, what the fuck, man? Like Kratos is such a fucking asshole.
Yeah, at the time we as kids were probably like, I mean, maybe not you, but like I would say like a lot of kids were probably like, that's cool.
Yeah, because he's killing everything,
murder.
Yeah, because the idea of badass is like to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
which like they served their part. They were cool back then.
Yeah. I mean, they're still fun. They're still fun action games, but like they're okay.
I wouldn't go back and play them.
I would go back and play them. I still got to play the PSP games. Those ones where, you know, it was revealed that Kratos has a twin brother, and the other one where
Betos.
No, Demos.
What is it really?
It's Demos, yeah. And they actually make reference to it in Ragnarok.
Really?
Yeah, he talks to Freya, and Freya's like, "Oh, do you have any other family members?" And he's like, "Yes, I had a brother, but I think he killed Demos." Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta play those games.
I hope that
in God of War
next game is
God of War Egypt or God of War Japan.
I hope that Kratos goes to our favorite part of China, Taiwan,
and fights Sun Wukong.
I was just joking because the whole Taiwan China thing. I was just making a joke.
Yeah.
Fights Wukong.
He fights Wukong, and he's like, "How dare you, Wukong?"
I think you would find Wukong in China, to be fair.
You make me so angry.
But
you killed my family, Wukong.
I really hope it's I actually think I hope it's Japan, but Egypt also sounds really cool.
Yeah,
and I would love to see him fight Anubis, bro. Ooh. That'd be so much fun.
Because how that DLC ends, it kind of hints at the fact that he is probably going to go to one of the other places that was hinted at.
Yeah, so they said it in the first one. Don't say anything about the second one because I still haven't played this.
Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not Ragnarok. Whatever.
Valhalla?
What's the second game's name? The base game.
Ragnarok.
Okay, that one. at the end of the first one, or not, maybe not at the end of the first one, but in the first one, they're like, you learn that there's tons of other places you can go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I remember the first one ending knowing you were gonna fight, what's his name? Thor?
Yeah.
That
was like the singer of the first of 2018. Where it's
and I was so mad because I was like, oh, we're gonna fight Thor and stay in goddamn this area. So in my head, like after I beat the first one, I was like, it's okay. The second one's gonna come out in a few years, and then we get another one after that one, and that's the one we're gonna get to see like Japan or Egypt. I was like, because I really want to see gods that aren't like well known.
I think the other location might have been like Celtic gods.
I don't know. I hope it's not that.
I think that might have been the other like hint of like other worlds of different gods. I think the other one might have been Celtic, or yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
But it was Japanese, and it was or Japan and
Egypt,
and then one more.
Yeah, I think it might have been Celtic. I don't know. I probably have to look at that whole thing again. But yeah, Valhalla is great. There is a plot to it, but like I don't want to give it too much. Yeah, I won't say it.
I got you.
Okay. But yeah, it was very good. Trying to think anything else that I played or am currently playing. Look at my Steam list. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to start up Baldur's Gate, but I still got to finish the stuff that I want to finish. I'm at the end of Atomic Heart. Okay. Let me talk about Atomic Heart. So I think last podcast I talked about how the game felt a little too overwhelming. It really isn't now, in like playing it a lot more. It's not super overwhelming. It's just you kind of have to learn as you go in that sense. Even though the game does give you like hints on like how to take down enemies and like how to do stuff in the game, it is very much learn as you go. I do have to give credit to Atomic Heart on like some of the puzzle stuff, because there are puzzle like things that you have to like figure out to like progress in certain corridors and certain rooms, and some of them are like they are brain teasers. Like you really have to think about, okay, how do I get from point A to point B, or how do I move this from there? Like it's good. But I still keep on my criticism about how the voice direction is. It is so bizarre on like how some of the characters react to certain things. But the game also kind of knows that the fact that like the situation is also super weird. But overall, it does feel like Russian BioShock. Which is not a bad thing. Like it is actually still a really good game with what it's doing. But yeah, it's just the voice direction is so weird. Because even your main character, like, he sounds like a dude bro, but he says like the dumbest shit in the world. Like it's so bizarre. I don't know. But yeah, Atomic Heart as a game itself is pretty fun. But it can be challenging at times because it kind of feels like Doom Eternal, because it has like a dodge and stuff that you kind of have to like, you can get surrounded by enemies like a lot. And there was a point where like I got surrounded by enemies to a point where I started thinking to myself, I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't know how the fuck I'm able to do this, but the game does give you like items and stuff to like use. So like one of the items you can use to like do more damage is like condensed milk, or another item you could get is vodka, which is it basically decreases the amount of hits you take. And it's just like stuff that you can find around the world and like you can use.
Yeah.
But overall, it is fun. It is Russian BioShock, and it's good. I think it's good. But I'm near the end. Like before starting the podcast, I was like near the end. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna finish that and probably move on to other vidge games.
I think I have about an hour into
Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart, yeah. I liked the little bit of time I spent with it.
Okay.
But I'll see how it goes.
That's good, I guess. As for movies, okay, so I saw Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Part 1. I
fucking
liked
hate Tom Cruise.
I liked it when Tom Cruise went dun 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 dun. I liked it. I like those movies. They're dumb, but the whole thing about that movie is that this rogue AI is like trying to destroy the world, and like the main bad guy is like a fanatic of the AI, and he wants to see the world burn essentially.
Does Tom Cruise write this?
No. Maybe. He is a producer. So maybe he might have a word in there.
I'm sure he has a word there for sure, but
I don't know, man. You would have to ask
I didn't know
Tom
if he
Cruise.
wrote these fucking movies.
You have to ask Tom Cruise and
Well, he'll be
Xenu.
credited now.
Yeah. Maybe. But anyways, it was a good movie.
Okay.
I watched the final Planet of the Apes movie, War for the Planet of the Apes. It was also very good. How it ends, I was genuinely surprised, and I was like, oh, the next Planet of the Apes movie is like 300 years in the future. So I'm interested to see what the fuck happens.
Space monkeys?
No, not space monkeys. There's still monkeys, but like they're still on Earth. But it's 300 years in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm interested. Then I watched another Tom Cruise movie called The Firm, where Tom Cruise plays a lawyer, where this lawyer business that he works at is like really shady and weird, and he's basically trying to figure out like why they so shady and weird. And the reveal is kind of dumb, but it's an okay movie. It's from like the 90s where Tom Cruise was young Tom Cruise. And let's see. The last thing that I watched was Asteroid City, Wes Anderson's movie. It was on Amazon Prime. So Asteroid City is it's a very Wes Anderson movie. It's not bad, but it also tries to do like this meta thing where it's like it's a play, and you kind of have to like understand that it's a play while having moments of the playroom actors, like their life gets involved. It's so weird. It's very weird, but I liked it. I mean, I usually like Wes Anderson movies, so that was all right. Before we get into Halo, because that was the last thing we watched. Books. What do you know about books, bro? Nothing. Because you don't read. Because
Goddamn right. I'm an
you're
American. I don't do any of that.
you're illiterate.
I'm literate.
I'm illiterate.
I'm literally gonna. Wait, that didn't. What?
What? What are you trying to do?
I put my finger over the camera and it just does this. It just disappears from me.
Nice.
I can't even close the camera. That's crazy. Okay.
Nice.
Anyways.
For books, okay. So I started my subscription. I know, subscriptions. I restarted my subscription for Audible. So one book that I was really, really interested in reading / listening to was Jeanette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mom Died. Do you know who Jeanette McCurdy is?
Yep.
Okay. Do you know anything about this book?
Bunch of bad stuff happened to her. I know her family maybe wasn't great to her.
Okay. So, let me talk about this book. Talk about this book. I remember when this book came out, and a lot of people were like, oh, this is very disrespectful. Because it's like, why is she saying a thing about her mother? She should respect her mother. And it's very funny, because it's like, obviously from people that didn't read the book or listen to the audiobook. Because throughout the entire story, up until the end, this poor woman was defending her mother. And it's a very sad story, because it's basically Jeanette McCurdy, for those that don't know, was a big child star that was very well known for being Sam in iCarly, because that was her biggest role. And basically the whole story kind of goes from the moment she got into acting to basically now-ish, where she did not live a great life. And it was mostly at the fact that her mother was manipulatively abusive. And her mom, you know, there are some people that have certain things with their moms of like, you love your mom at times. And there are times where like you love your mom to a point or to a fault where you kind of can't see the bad shit your parent is doing or your mom. And that's kind of this book is like her giving her perspective on like on her mom's like ordeal with her when she was starting to act. So she basically explains that she went through a whole journey of anorexia, bulimia. It was also the journey of her trying to get out of being in a Nickelodeon show because she fucking hated being in a Nickelodeon show. And it's funny at the fact that like her character is in iCarly was like so loud and so aggressive, when in reality, like she even admits it, she's like, I'm none of those things of that character. And it kind of like sheds a light on Hollywood itself, you know, when it comes to TV things, that the show business sucks. Even for child actors. It is terrible. It is the worst shit you can go through. Funny enough, she talks a little bit about Dan Schneider. She doesn't say his name outright, but she mentions some things that he was getting younger cast members to drink with him, and he was being fucking weird, and he was also very abusive on set, and just not a great guy. But she doesn't say him directly. It is implied. But it is a roller coaster of a series of her adventures into adulthood from being a child star. And I really do recommend it because, yeah, like I mentioned, it's just like her basically trying to tell the audience that my mom was not great, but she was still my mom. And like I said, it wasn't until the end where she actually admits that like my mom did horrible things to me. And with that, I can learn from that and try not to fall back into the cycle that I was in when I was in my 20s. Because that was the thing that was like kind of insane. Because I remember she went dark for a little bit, and then she came back with a Netflix show, and then that Netflix show died. And there's a part where she talks about how like they did the iCarly reboot for Paramount, and Miranda Cosgrove tried to get her back on, and she was like, I'm kind of done with acting. Like, I don't want to go through that whole thing. She's like, I know the money's good, but it's just like, I'm done with it. Because she was like, what really, really made her feel that way was that spin-off show with her character from iCarly and Ariana Grande. I think it was called Cat and Sam, or Sam and Cat, something like that.
Yeah.
So she was left bitter from that show because Ariana Grande at the time was getting bigger and bigger. And she was like, I can't keep doing this show without my co-star, because it's like, then the show should just be about me. What the fuck is the point of having Ariana here? And it got to the whole thing of like her feeling jealousy because of the fact that like Ariana Grande was like doing music, and then she was meeting more like big name celebrities and stuff like that. So it kind of got to a point of like her being just pissed off. And then, like I said, it leads into a bunch of other like different emotions and stuff like that, because oh my god, like she talks about her sex life. She talks about how fucked up like her like biggest relationship was with this guy who thought that he was Jesus, and like just like this other insane, like it's bad, dude. Like it's really bad.
Can we talk about the Jesus one real quick? Is it fresh? Like you can remember?
Yes, I can remember.
Okay, so I want to hear more about that.
So during her time at Netflix, when doing the Netflix show, which funny enough, she talks about that because she thought the Netflix thing would be like a big break, but it happened to be that it wasn't a Netflix production. It was a Netflix produced show, but it wasn't a Netflix show. It was a small like studio trying to do a Netflix show, and it was based in Canada. So she didn't know that, and she thought she was going to get the big bucks, but apparently ended up not turning into anything. Either way, she met a guy there. I forget his name. I think his name was Mark. I think that might have been his name. No, Mark is not his name. Either way, she met this guy, she fell in love with him because he was very different. He was also foreign. And she was like, yeah, like he made her feel good about herself. And then the whole conversation between them was her bulimia, because she was going through bulimia at the time. And he told her that, oh, you should go to therapy. Like, he was trying to like push her to get on more of a positive note with her side of like her problems and stuff like that. So she ended up going to therapy and for her bulimia and stuff like that, but it ended up not working out. So she ended up leaving therapy. So when her boyfriend came back from like another like production, he was like, hey, why don't we start going to church? And she's like, okay. Because originally when she was a lot younger, her parents used to take her to, was it Mormon or evangelical? I don't remember. But she used to be a church kid. But she's like, I already had my fair share of churches, but you know what? Because I love you, I will go to church with you. So he's like, okay, great. So the reason why he wanted to become more religious was because he saw a documentary on, I think on Netflix about churches and shit like that. So later on in the relationship, he wants to take a vow of abstinence. Like, he doesn't want to have sex anymore.
Okay.
And it gets to a point where she has like a conversation with him, and he's like, he tells her, he's like, yeah, we should be more devout and stuff like that. He's like, to be honest, I think I might be the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. And she's like, what? And he's like, but you can't tell anybody. And she's like, oh. So she had to call the guy's parents to come talk to him, in which they realized that I think he might have had schizophrenia. And it got to a point where he was like taking lithium to kind of stop those manic episodes. And they eventually just broke up because she's like, I can't keep doing this with you, because he stopped working. He kept smoking weed and he wanted to stop taking lithium. So she was like, yeah, I can't keep doing this with you. And that ended. But like that whole thing of like her dealing with him being like, yeah, I'm the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. She was going through other shit as well, because I think it was also revealed that, I guess like I'm going to spoil this a little bit. Her father was not her father. She was actually, yeah, her mother lied to her, and that her brothers and her are from a different marriage. And the person to break that news was her stepfather, or basically the person that was who she thought was her father. And this was after her mother died. And what's fucked up is her mother was dealing with cancer. And she was already a cancer survivor, but the cancer came back. And she was getting a lot sicker. So she went into a coma. And I think, what was it? She came out of the coma. Something like that. She was in the hospital. She was sickly. You know, she was like could not say a word. And when she sees Jeanette McCurdy come back and she's gained a little bit of weight, the first thing this woman says to her is that you've gained weight. Because she was so controlling about how much calories she ate. So, like I said, there's a part in the book where she goes to therapy, and her therapist is like, you're like, how did your mom help you throughout your career and this and that? And she mentions the whole thing about the anorexia and bulimia thing. And her therapist was like, you do realize your mother taught you that, right? And she was like, no, like she was trying to like count my calories and this and that. And she's like, yeah, that's abuse. And she's like trying to like justify the whole actions of her mom. Like I said, it's very interesting to get it from her perspective of like, no, my mom was trying to do the right thing with me, or my mom was trying to like do things in my favor, and then it just ended up being abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like wild shit like that, where it's just like I have more of just like more of an understanding for this person, that I remember seeing her show. I remember seeing iCarly, and I remember seeing that Sam and Cat show, and I'm just like, I didn't care about that, but I remember iCarly being big, and then, you know, her kind of coming back into the limelight, and then her leaving again, and just that book puts things into a bigger perspective of just like, yeah, that industry fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And no child should like be put into that situation, because she was put in pretty young when she was like 6 years old, because her mom just had this fantasy of her of when she thought she could be a star, but because of her having cancer, she was like, oh, I can't do it anymore. So let me push my dreams onto my child. And that's what she did. She pushed her dreams into her child, and she kept forcing that and forcing it and forcing it. And then you have Jeanette's whole perspective of like, well, my mom wanted a better life for me. And it's like, or did she just like want you to push forward because that was her dream?
Right.
Like weird instances like that of just like, whose dream are you truly following? Like whose favor are you benefiting for? But yeah, that was like really, really like fucked up shit with like I said, her mom was like emotionally manipulative, where she would try to use like the cancer card as like a way to like guilt her kids into like making them do whatever she wanted. She was abusive with her husband at the time, where she was like yelling at him for no reason and like having like episodes.
So most relationships, am I right, guys?
I guess so.
These ladies always yelling at them.
Bitches be crazy. But it's just like it's just a shitty like, I don't know, it's like a really shitty perspective of just like this person that went through a lot of ordeals and like really wants to find the goodness in that parent, but like in the end result kind of came to a conclusion that, yeah, no, she did all these terrible things to me, and like it affected me up until her 30s. Like she didn't start doing the bulimia thing until like she was like maybe like 17, 18. And like it was affecting her throughout like the rest of her 20s. Like she was and what's horrible is that like I said, it brings into perspective of like the Hollywood side of like her being so skinny that like people in Hollywood are like, oh, you look great. What's your secret? And like she gives her narrative of like in her mind, just like, yeah, like you just got to throw up everything that you eat.
Yeah.
And just, but it also adds a psychological thing about the bulimia of the bulimia stuff of just like why she kept doing it. And it's because it makes her feel good. Because like she's like, I can engorge myself and then like enjoy that for the time being, and then just spurge it all out, and then I'll be fine, because it's like technically I didn't eat all that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's really sad, but like I hope she's okay. Like that's all it is. It's just like I hope she's really okay. But yeah, I'm glad my mom died. It's a very interesting thing, because I remember there was a clip of her on that show with Jada Pinkett Smith, where she has like her own show of like talking about like different books and stuff. But like there was a clip of Jeanette McCurdy reading a letter that her mom sent her after she found out about her past boyfriend, this older guy that was like in his 30s when she was like 20. I think his name was Jeff, and she didn't.
Mark and Jeff, baby.
Well, Mark was her dad's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot the foreign guy's name, but Jeff was an older guy that basically the reason why she was dating him was like an act of rebellion against her mom. But she obviously realized that like they have no chemistry, and she was on vacation at the time, and she lied to her mom, basically being like, oh, I'm on vacation with my friends. And TMZ took pictures of her on the beach with this guy and then uploaded it to the website, and she was like, fuck. And she's like, I hope my mom doesn't see it. And then within like the hour, her mom calls her and was like, I saw you with that man. And then she sends her basically like a long text message being like, I don't want anything to do with you, this and that. Like, you're no longer my daughter. P.S. We need money for a new fridge. Please send the money as soon as you can. Like really gross, manipulative shit like that. And funny enough, it's like you kind of see where her mom's like guilty shit stems from, and it's from her mother, because her grandparents were still alive, and her grandmother was the exact same way, where she always played the victim, and it's like you kind of see where her mom got that from. And yeah, it's just a really feel bad book. if you were like interested in like child stars and like specifically that specific child star.
Shit sucks.
It sucks in the sense of like how you're gonna feel, but it's a very good book. Or give a very good audio, because there's also instances where like she talks about very emotional moments and you hear her like in her voice that like she still has not gotten over it as she's narrating, because it's narrated by Jeanette McCurdy. So there are instances where like you hear her voice break a little bit because it's like, you know, remembering that shit it's hard. And I guess it really shows the audience that's like, this is a real person. This is not like somebody you just watched on TV that like, oh, that you can say offhand that, okay, well, their career will probably die off in like a year or two. Like, no, this is a real person that struggled and is possibly still struggling. But yeah, no, I recommend it. I'm glad my mom died. Besides that, so I got a new tablet. I got like a Samsung tablet. I like this thing. This thing's cool. I don't want to. Yeah, it's cool. It's called the Galaxy A8 tablet. It's not a crazy like fast tablet. I got it on sale. I got like a little a micro SD card so I could put in it, because I'm basically using this thing for like watching videos and like reading books. So I've been reading One Piece. I finished 2 arcs of One Piece. That One Piece is very good. I'm really, really enjoying it. That anime really did not do that series any justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Read One Piece.
Well, live action was good.
Yeah. No, I started a little bit of the live action because I'm already past that part where the live action stops. So I'm just like, all right, I want to see how it goes. But
it's time.
Yeah. I know they fight Arlong, so very interested to see that.
Shark Boy.
Yeah, Shark Boy. But overall the manga is genuinely like really good. The art is like really well done. In anime it did not transfer well. Like it just does not look good like in the older episodes of the anime.
Yeah.
But the thing
People
is
liked it.
But you have to also like, the thing I had to realize as well is that like it was a weekly serialization. So it's like every week this fucking show had to come out with a new episode. So they were like strict on time.
It's like Dragon Ball Z, right? Something like that.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z was the exact same way, where it's like it's weekly episode. So yeah, One Piece had that problem as well, because it's like every episode was just like something in between that like has nothing to do, or a filler episode, or this and that. And then there are certain stuff where the anime doesn't cover, where the manga covers, with certain characters of like, oh, what are they doing on their own end of the world? And yeah, no, the manga is genuinely like really good. I'm starting the new arc called Skypiea. And I'll probably keep going. Because I genuinely do really like the manga.
Skypiea. Peeing in the sky.
That's what Luffy does. But I was mentioning to Wesley, it's just like I really do like this show, because Wesley's the only other person I could talk to about this besides my other friend who like really likes One Piece. I do appreciate the fact that like the characters know how stupid and goofy the situations are. Like they know that Luffy is a fucking weirdo, and that he is a monster in a sense that like, well, anybody who ate the devil fruits are fucking monsters,
right?
And should not exist. But I do really like I said, I do like the fact that like everyone is pretty much self-aware. It's funny too, because it's like everyone has their own little like character niche thing, where it's like, you know, Luffy is lighthearted, but like, you know, when he gets serious, like every shonen like protagonist. Like he's the goofy guy. But then everyone else around him is a lot more interesting, because you have like Usopp, where Usopp is like a liar, and he just continues to lie, but like he's kind of a coward, but throughout, you know, the course of the adventure, he stops being a coward and he actually stands up for himself, which I do really enjoy. Nami is also interesting because, you know, her backstory is like also very tragic. Here's the thing. Every character's backstory so far has been really tragic, but the person who takes the fucking cake is Chopper. I don't think you've met Chopper yet, but you've probably seen images of this character. Chopper is the little reindeer character. Okay. Chopper's backstory is so fucking tragic. And I know there are other characters that are way more tragic than Chopper, apparently. But Chopper's backstory is so fucking tragic that I was reading it and I was like, why was he only created just to suffer? Like, it is wild. It is.
You have to have those characters.
It is. Oh my god! It is so much. But like I said, there's more characters that have very different tragedies that happen to them. I like Sanji's story. I like that he's also a hothead, but he's also a ladies' man. I like Zoro being kind of the big, strong badass, but he's also a dimwit in some senses. Yeah, I think just overall, and even the villains are pretty interesting because, like I mentioned, you have Buggy the pirate, the clown guy.
So stupid.
But I like Buggy because Buggy's fucking like, he's stupid.
He's all about self-preservation for sure.
Yes, but there's also like Arlong Park, well, not Arlong Park, but Arlong, where he's like he thinks that fishmen are the superior race. Where there's that.
He's Hitler for sure.
Yeah, he's kind of fish Hitler. And then later on you meet Crocodile, which is this guy who wants to control basically the world by using a secret organization of assassins to basically like dive themselves into different locations and take over certain spots. So the part that I just finished was Crocodile, and his whole gist is that he wants to control this kingdom because this kingdom holds like a secret to like a super weapon, and he's using these people and basically making them think that he's the good guy in the story. And obviously Luffy comes in with the character that's introduced that's a princess to that kingdom. And it's like, no, this guy has been like lying to everybody, and like he's basically sent out agents to like be in the rebellion that's trying to take over, and then the Imperial Army that's like trying to protect the world. So like this dude has like agents everywhere. So yeah, and Crocodile's just evil. He's bad man with sand powers. Yeah, I think the villains are pretty fun. But overall, Luffy just punches the dude really hard. That's how most stories go, and I can accept that because that's what JoJo was. JoJo just punches a dude out really hard with his ghost power.
Punching dudes out.
Just punching dudes out. But to be fair, to JoJo's credit, it gets more creative later on with the abilities that JoJo is able to do. So like one JoJo has the ability of like what is it? He has like the ability of like using bubbles, but the bubbles are able to take certain things away. So like he could take like he can make like people like non-resistant to like certain things, or it's like goofy shit like that, but like he uses it in very creative ways. Yeah, One Piece is good. I'm reading it on my little tablet, like I said, but I do want to start probably checking out like different other mangas to I guess just be more literate. So yeah, I think that's it for stuff that I read, watched, and played. So I think the biggest thing we could talk about is Halo.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that already.
We forgot about Halo. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think about Halo? For me, it's a 7.
There's no way.
It's so trashy. It's trash.
Maybe it's a 7 after the first episode. I'd give it like a 4.
It's trash, and I'm so curious as to what the fuck they're gonna do. Because how that
part
for the next season? What the fuck is gonna happen? Because what the fuck happened at the end of that shit?
So I just want to make a point about the opening part,
Okay.
or the first episode at least. Point about that. the entire thing itself.
Yeah, the resistance, right?
The aliens look horrible.
The Covenant.
It looks like they pulled video game models out and made them bigger, and then
tweaked it a little bit.
Maybe more HD.
I mean, it is a TV show, but it's like, like for some reason the CG just does not look.
I've seen better alien CG'd.
Yeah. Still, it's just like, man.
The other thing that I had a question about is what Ono pointed out, but I think we all three thought the same thing, was the alien died to a gun Master Chief picked up that was the human people on the Earth, or whatever planet they're on.
Mm-hmm.
And Master Chief killed the alien with their gun, but they couldn't kill the alien with their own gun. So is there, I think like we were all talking, we made a joke like,
I don't know.
It's in the lore or something that Master Chief can do a bit more damage with someone else's gun.
Because like all the Covenant guns are like plasma guns, like they're weird energy guns, and like technically they all have shields on them. But I don't know, to be honest, because I remember that part where like Kai, I think is the female Spartan, she was being shot with like plasma guns, but like obviously for just to have the tense moment, she was being shot so many times, but she wasn't dying. I don't know, like this weird goofy shit. But no, the shit that like drove me insane was fucking the main guy taking his fucking helmet off.
Who, Chief?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he never has his helmet off. That's the mystique of Master
but
Chief.
that was their whole thing here. They were like, he's gonna be revealed here.
Yeah, but he just looks like random white dude. Random customizable character.
Did you expect him to look any different?
I wasn't expecting him not to take off his fucking helmet.
Yeah, but when you finally found out who Master Chief was, because somebody was going to be Master Chief at some point. Yeah, what were you expecting? Like Chris Hemsworth?
No, I didn't want anybody to take off their fucking helmet.
No, but what I'm saying is eventually you were going to find Master Chief somewhere. If it was in the video game, if it was not in the video game, did you expect it to be Master?
I want him to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's who I wanted.
Well,
no, I just don't want anybody to take off their fucking helmet. But the guy was so. But according to like background shit, the guy was so adamant to have his helmet off.
Yeah.
So it's like, it fucking ruins the mystique of Master Chief. But even then, the show is so fucking. I wouldn't say it's weirdly paced, but like, there are a lot of moments where I was just like, there's characters that I do not give a shit about, like Quan. Quan, I did not give a fuck about. Quan was a terribly written character.
Who was that?
It was the rebellion girl.
Oh, the girl that goes with him?
Yeah. She was not well written.
I didn't mind her.
You probably fell asleep.
No, I was there typing.
No, dude, she was really badly written. Because like, she was like, her whole thing of like, I gotta go save my rebel group, and then the rebel group is like, no, we don't want to die, and she's like, I hate all of you, and then she leaves, and she's like, I have to convince them to follow me. I'm like, Quan, you just yelled at them and hated them, and you say now you think they're gonna be on your side after fucking you you yelling at them? Like, that's not gonna happen. But like, even
it's pretty bad writing.
Yeah, it's not good. And then like she has that fucking like spiritual journey with like finding those sandwiches. Sandwiches. The sand ladies where they're like, oh yeah, we showed your dad the truth. Now it's time for you to see the truth. And they're like, it's time for you to come to a journey of peace. And it's like, what? We're doing this all in one episode? And it's just like her, I guess, kind of coming to terms of like the bad shit that's happening in the world. Like it's so goofy.
Yeah, it's a bad show.
It's not a good show.
I like in the beginning how like it was like 4 rebel chicks that are like, we're gonna do shrooms in the forest, and then she like wanders off and finds that ship, and then she's like, oh no, we can't do shrooms in this forest. There's enemies, and then her friend just gets
fucking murdered. That I think that's what I was surprised about as well, like the amount of fucking gore and violence in the show.
Yo,
I was
she
genuinely
just is
surprised.
like, could you imagine though, like doing acid in the woods with a friend, and then somebody just
Their head just explodes.
What would you? I would cry and run. I wouldn't know where I would be, dude.
I would
I'd
just
be
shoot
in the
and die.
river. I would be in the river, flowing down by myself over a fucking waterfall where I die on the end.
I like. Yeah. The gore was surprising. That I do have to admit, but even the writing for Master Chief was like so bizarre as well, because like he was so unhinged. Like the entire show, he was so unhinged. Where he was like, "I'm gonna kill you, Halsey," and Halsey's like, "Please don't kill me," and he's like, "No, I'm gonna do it," and then he doesn't do it. It's like the goofiest shit like that, and then like the superiors are like, "Oh, Master Chief, you gotta save Halsey," and he's like, "No, I want to fucking kill her," and they're like, "But you gotta save her," and he's like, "Fine, I'll save her." But I'm gonna fucking kill.
But my mask is coming off.
I gotta take off my helmet to show her how angry I am. No, he was.
Oh, by the way, the guy is really lackluster of like his looks to be Master Chief, because you would have expected like this beefy ass dude.
But even not that. It's just like I don't think he's a very good actor. Like
no, none of them are.
He's very stoic. Like the
only person I like is the black dude.
Not Dave Chappelle.
Wait, is Dave Chappelle in there?
No, there's always been a joke with that guy how he looks like somewhat like Dave Chappelle.
The one that like is kind of
Soren?
fucked up, living in the other world.
I think his name is Soren.
It's a girl. He dropped a girl off.
Yeah, the pirate guy. Yeah.
That guy, he's such a good actor. I love that dude.
Yeah, I think to be fair, he's been like the only highlight of that show. Yeah. Like nobody else.
I legitimately think he's probably the best guy in there.
Yeah,
but the best actor.
But like everybody else is like so lackluster and like.
Yeah.
I remember they tried doing the establishing of like character development between Kai and like Miranda Keyes, the scientist girl, where Kai was like, "Oh yeah, like you don't know anything about us Spartans and like this and that, and you know maybe you should get to know us and that shit." And it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And then the whole thing with like the love interest of that lady, I forget her name. I forget what her name's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to start with a V or something. The one that was with the Covenant, the only human that was with the Covenant people.
Hold on.
The blonde lady. Not Halsey.
I don't. Oh, the
love interest.
Love interest.
Yeah, Chief's love interest.
Was she the one that was with the weird aliens in the beginning? And she was like, "I can't wait to kill people."
Yeah, she has short hair and she has like the laser finger.
Okay, she looked different in the beginning for some reason.
She was a little girl and she was brunette.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, because they gave her her intro story.
I might have not followed every single thing in that show, but
yeah, it's okay. I followed it.
I had watched Rebel Moon recently, so my brain was fried.
It blends in.
I thought it was the same movie. Yeah.
It's really like just bad when it comes to like certain things about that show. Of just like they try to do a love interest, but like Chief has only known this lady for like maybe like 3 days, and he's like, "I gotta save you."
Oh yeah, and like. They're banging and and then he's like,
I gotta show my cheeks. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. So much.
I forgot.
Master Chief.
Master Cheeks.
Master Cheeks.
There's so many times his butt just out all the time, which is like
without his helmet.
Why?
He should have the helmet on and then the cheeks out.
How, dude? Do you know how you would be the level of upset you would be right now if he only kept his mask on and his body out? It would be so bad.
It's so dumb, man. It's like it's crazy. It's fucking crazy to think that like that show was greenlit and the writers were like, "Nah, let's not follow any of the source material." Cuz I'm trying to think. I'm like, "Wait, Reach is still here. So when the fuck does this take place?" Because I thought like, oh, is this like a prequel to like
if you're waiting for me to say like what I don't know anything about, I just started playing Halo.
Okay, because like the whole thing about Halo Reach is that like Reach is a planet that got obliterated.
Yeah.
So it's like, when the fuck does this take place? But they're looking for like government. They're looking for Covenant relics, and it's like they're doing that shit as well. Where it's like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. But that's also the other thing, is that like there was no mention of a human person with the Covenant. So like that shit didn't make sense either, where it's like, oh, here we have this one lady, this one white lady that comes on and gives you the white lady guilt.
Government.
The government.
I love that so
the government. But then you have Halsey, who tries to like manipulate Chief all the time. She's like, it's not my fault, Chief. It's not my fault. And Chief's like, I'm gonna kill you, Halsey.
Yeah, Halsey, chill, bro.
But that show was like bizarre. That show was so fucking bizarre.
It was fun to watch, for sure.
Yeah, because it's like watching a fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is like, even though Rebel Moon's bad, it's not fun to watch like it's a dumpster fire. It's more like having to watch a horse die really slowly. You're like that type of thing. And you're like, oh, like these are the things people do want to look away from. Thank you, though.
I don't know, man. But yeah, the Halo show. So I guess with the ending, it's like it leads into a whole different direction of like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. Maybe this is Halo on Earth 3031 or whatever.
Yeah, alternate universe Halo.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are we doing for the second season? Because how that shit ends is like one of the weirdest things I've seen in a while.
Dude, I couldn't believe that
Master Cheeks.
Was Cortana decided to help him? Because I thought like she would only listen to the lady.
Yeah, that was the thing that I was like, where did Cortana get the whole like? I guess maybe because of him re-experiencing his like childhood. But even then, Cortana had ulterior motives of like, well, I want to control your body. So that was the whole purpose of me basically being plugged into your brain. But like I said, it's like I don't know where the fuck this show is gonna go because of like Cortana taking over his brain.
Yeah.
So
it was funny though because we were watching it and you had said
Alexa
off or whatever when Cortana was made or something.
It was so funny because like me and Ono said it at the exact same time. That's what made it really funny. It's just like we thought
had me laughing, dude.
The same shit.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Alexa, turn off. Oh man, but that show is just like it's not well written, and like I'm amazed at the fact that second season's happening.
Yeah, I thought this show was like 8 years old or something by now.
No,
like,
when did it come out? 2022? Something like that?
It's pretty bad for 2022.
Yeah. It's
That's why Stranger Things is better.
Will season 2 of Halo be canceled for Stranger Things Part 8?
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I'm very interested in like season 2 because of just seeing the trash fire continue on.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I'm sure it'll be fun. I forgot to say something about Redfall.
Oh,
that I remembered in the middle of us talking.
Is it about Master Cheeks?
Halo was like religious, right, or something like that. You said?
Yeah, there's a lot of like biblical things in it.
Yeah, so I completely forgot about this. There's a ton of religion in Redfall.
Because vampires? Because of the cross?
There's a like pastor in the area who like obviously would talk about religion, but then like there was like other people in there that's like, God be with you, and I'm like, what? Huh? What? And then like there's like religious like writing in it with like Bible verses here and there, or like other characters talking about religion throughout it and stuff, and it was really weird because like it's pretty fucking heavily not influenced, but like there's a lot of it. It's just really weird that it was there.
Because like Halo's whole thing is that like nobody goes up to you and be like, "Oh, you're Jesus Christ, Master Chief," that give you the sign of the cross. But like it's more in the sense that like it's kind of part of the world, and it's like doing it like diegetically, where it's like, oh, the thing is called a halo. That's it. Or like John, was it 116 or 17? What the fuck is Master Chief? Yeah, Jon Snow, whatever his number is, and that's a passage from the Bible, but like, it's there as like little hints and Easter eggs rather than like what you're saying, where it sounds like they're just throwing it in there to tell the player, "Hey, religious shit right now."
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
No,
Maybe, but here's the thing: in the show, funny enough, in the Halo show, it feels like they want you to think that Master Chief is fucking Jesus Christ.
think.
Yeah, because they call him the Blessed One, and he's like the only one that can save people, and that
Gotcha.
fucking nonsense. Yeah, he's the chosen one essentially.
I wasn't trying to compare the two. I was just like, because that's what made me remember.
Yeah.
Because it had religious stuff in it, and I was just like,
Alexa, turn off.
whenever I'm playing it,
Mhm.
I'm just like, I hear it from something. Like, I think even the vampire said something about it or whatever, and I'm just like, what a weird game. Like, who thought like religion and vampires were gonna be a game made in 2022, 2023?
I mean, religion with vampires has always kind of like existed there. And like most vampire media, where it's like, oh, they can't go near the cross, or like being in a church. Yeah,
garlic, whatever. I don't know.
garlic was Jesus's favorite condiment on things.
Jesus never used condoms.
Goddamn.
Rockstar Jesus, my favorite Jesus.
So yeah, that's shit from 2023, I guess.
Yeah.
You want to do the news?
Ready for the new year.
Ready for the new year? Ready for the news? Ready from shit from a couple weeks ago? Ready from shit from last year?
I need like a moment really quick.
Okay. You want to take a break?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, be right back. All right, we back. We here.
Yeah, we're back.
All right, yeah, recording's going. Wesley's here. Wesley will tell us his in-depth perspective on Master Cheeks and Rebel Moon. Go ahead, Wesley.
The cheeks.
All right, thank you, Wesley.
You're welcome. Very insightful.
It's okay. Damn, Wesley, if you were here when I talked about One Piece, we would have been going through it. But you know what? We ain't got time. But we do have time for the news. All right, Wesley, start off with the first one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's right, bitch. All right, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the hacks?
Is that this part? Yes.
No.
The Insomniac Games with Wolverine and Spider-Man. Well, I guess technically the entire Marvel universe, right?
Basically, in a sense. I mean, it's been wild, like, thinking about that was only like a couple weeks ago that hack happened. But yes, Insomniac got hacked, and a bunch of leaked documents and employee like information got leaked out. But not only that, the cost of Spider-Man 2, which was a lot more than Spider-Man 1, the plans for also making Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man, like 2 parts, which was bizarre. Yeah, there was like that shit that was happening, and some closures, the planned Ratchet and Clank game, and a new unannounced IP. But the biggest thing, obviously, is the gameplay that was shown for Wolverine. That people were saying it's just God of War, but with Wolverine.
I can't complain. I love it. Wolverine's great, guys.
He's a pussy, according to David Jaffe.
Hearing when people say like, "Oh, it's just God of War," Wolverine makes me go, "Cool. I love God of War. I love Wolverine. Sounds great."
All right.
I saw the punch of the claws. I know it's very early on, but guess what? More claw punching, please. That's all
Laura is going to show up, and he's going to be like, "I got to take care of my child. Come with me, child Wolverine."
Dude, Hugh Jackman got divorced. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Divorce dads. But but who cares about that? Yeah, so Wolverine got shown. I saw some images of the leaks, but I tried to stay off it just cuz. Also, the slated year that's supposed to come out is in 2025.
Mhm.
So there's that. Which
Another
I don't,
year to get fresh, baby.
which I don't understand why they announced it so early. That's the thing that's been like bothering me about like new games being like announced super early.
I think they announced it early because they knew Spider-Man was coming, and then it would give you
Yeah,
like something other than Spider-Man to be looking forward to.
I guess. But then like I remember seeing that like the new Blade game is supposed to come out in like 2026.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what the fuck was the point?
Well, hold on.
Crunch, 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 munch, munch, munch.
Okay. So, because I have it in my mouth, and I'm like, I'm gonna get annoyed if I don't.
Yeah.
So, the let's say they didn't announce Wolverine, right? And this leak happened.
Mhm.
I would way rather have already announced it than it be a secret, and then people see it, and it's like, fuck, like we were gonna announce it. No. I smacked
You're
my
right.
table too hard.
I saw the camera go that way, and I'm like, oh.
So, I would rather announce my own stuff than have it all leaked like that. And they did. They did have a couple things leaked that that people didn't know.
Yeah, but the thing is
So-
that the game is still in development, so it's like these are just early like things that are happening. They could change it
Mhm.
later down the line, so it's not going to stay the same. Which is the thing
Oh.
that like seeing online people complaining, being like, "Oh, I can't believe it's going to be this. I'm gonna cancel my pre-order," and it's like,
Non-existent pre-order.
yeah, and it's like the game is not going to stay that way. Like the game has the ability to change into something different. But you know how people are online,
Yeah.
being like, "I want Wolverine to slap Goku." I don't know.
You can already do that in Fortnite.
Oh my
yeah.
god, that's right. I forgot about
And
that.
remember that I got Rainbow Wolverine.
It's interesting because I'm reading the IGN article, the one that you saw.
Yep.
The Last of Us Part 2 cost 220 million to develop. The peak headcount of 200 full-time employees. Guerrilla Games Horizon Forbidden West costs 212 million to develop and utilize more than 300 developers. Insomniac reportedly stressed that these budgets for AAA games at 350. God damn. But this is the weird thing, is that like the amount that these games cost, and like Spider-Man 2 was a lot of money.
Spooters.
Yeah, but I think we forgot to mention is that like these people hacked into Insomniac and basically were holding the information for ransom.
Oh yeah, 2 million, right?
Yeah, for 2 million, or 50 Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
And-
50 Bitcoin?
I guess so.
I wish I had more Bitcoin.
I wish I had more Bitcoin as well, so I can sell it for Dogecoin. So they stole about 1.6 terabytes of data, and then released stuff, and they also sold some information as well. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, is that like even
It's
then,
pretty shitty.
it's a very shitty thing to do, and like I've started to realize that like people are kind of right. It's like, why go after video game companies instead of like bigger giant corporations that actually fuck up the world? It's like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, a person stealing information like this isn't thinking logically anyways, probably.
No, especially if they're
Unless
asking
it's
for
like
2
a
million.
hacker.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, Marvel
billion.
Wolverine.
2 million, right? Not billion.
Million.
Yeah, million's not bad. To
Yeah.
ask for 2 million, I mean, that's honestly, they could just give them the fucking money. I'm not saying they should.
They
I'm
should
just
just-
saying it's not that much money.
They should just hack a bank.
But that's harder, but whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, so they basically found like a bunch of files, like I mentioned before. Even talking about budget cuts and like the layoffs and the amount of monies that were used for different productions.
Cutting the
But-
budgets, baby.
We are cutting the budgets. Let's see, separate attacks. Yeah, so the hacker group is called Ricida. Yeah, and they claim that it only took them 20 to 25 minutes to get all that information, which is wild.
Not surprised. Most companies' security systems are cheeks.
Yeah, that's true.
Not my PlayStation 5. It'll never be hacked.
Did you guys ever experience that? Because when Sony got the PlayStation Store hacked,
Yeah.
you got that situation.
I didn't get hacked. I got the care package from them where they were
Okay.
like, a year free of like watching your information,
Mm.
and then a free PlayStation game of my choice out of 5 different games. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
That shit, they were offline for a week, I
while.
think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like for a while. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Hashtag feel bad for Insomniac. Hashtag where is Ratchet and Clank 8? Hashtag
Ratchet and Clank's terrible. Also, Insomniac employees, I feel bad for sure.
yeah, no, especially when people's information it just is out there and it's bad. I don't like that when it comes to like hacking companies like that because it's like why go after the little people? I don't get it.
Yeah, go after the big chunks, man.
Go after Exxon Valdez. Go after them. The oil company. Why go after
Have
Ratchet
you tried
and Clank?
Valdezing these nuts? Got him.
Speaking about Valdezing these nuts, Grand Theft Auto, the hacker has been caught.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yes,
Yeah.
so he's
Because
been.
that happened a while ago, right?
Yeah, this happened. Yeah, this happened on the 21st. So he has been. Let's see. The judge has ordered for him to be in a prison hospital.
Yeah,
So-
like the psych ward kind of thing.
Not necessarily.
No.
No. So just a prison hospital. So this is in UK. The hacker is based in UK. He's from a hacker group called Lapsus. So this is something that I guess not that many people were talking about. That apparently this particular person, he's 18. He has severe autism. So his tendency is to go and hack things. The wild part about this is that he was already in trouble for hacking let's see. He was in trouble for hacking a different company at the time. Let's see. So yeah, he's hacked Uber and Nvidia. During the time he hacked Rockstar, he was already in trouble. So he was under police watch, and in a hotel room, all he needed was a smartphone, an Amazon Fire Stick, and a keyboard and mouse. And he was able to hack into Rockstar. And the thing is that during the trial, he kept mentioning that they kept asking him whether or not what was he going to do when he was released, and he says he was going to keep hacking. So this led into the whole thing of complications, and that's why now he's basically sentenced to life in a prison hospital.
Hospital.
But that's the thing, is that like it's not clarified whether or not this is like a psych ward, like for people who have special cases like this, or it's just a prison hospital. Did you hit your foot?
Right.
You hit your foot?
There's a nail in the chair, and I swung my foot into it.
Ow.
We're good. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, let's see. So he was under police protection because at that time he hacked Nvidia and British telecom provider BT and EE. But yeah, so that's also the case, is that like during the whole time of him being under police watch, he was known to be very violent, and he kept saying that he was planning on continuing to hack things. So like I said, he does have severe autism, and the question becomes whether or not he's going to be able to be let go at any point because of the severity of it. So, but like I mentioned before, is that he's not necessarily in like a hospital, like a psychiatric hospital. He's in a hospital of a prison. So that's the weird part. But time will tell whether or not. Well, I think that's the thing, is that like he's sentenced for life. So who knows? Who knows? But if he ever gets his hand on an Amazon Fire Stick, a cell phone, and a keyboard and mouse, we're fucked. Wesley.
That's the thing, like, I don't get if, like, if, like, you have someone that's, like, able to hack, like, like super easily like this. Just I don't get why they're well, kind of do, but also like why not just give them the opportunity to be like, oh hey, you'll work for these
The
people.
the problem is that he has severe autism. So
No, I'm not talking about just him in general. Like I'm talking about like the hackers that just do this like on a regular.
I
People
get
get offered jobs all the time through governments and stuff.
it's true, but like this case is very different.
Mhm.
So shut up,
I don't-
Wesley.
I think that he's probably a good hacker. There's a possibility he's not a level of hacker they might need for something,
It's not like
or with the autism, like it could be like
'cause
maybe he's not able to follow orders or something like that.
yes, that's also the issue, is that like he's non-compliant and he's also very violent. So that becomes the whole situation.
But for sure, it could be something they end up doing with him later, where they offer him less jail time to help out or something.
I don't know. Well, I mean, it's a life sentence. I don't know. I mean, life sentences could possibly be revoked at a point.
I mean,
but this is UK. This is British laws. So I don't know.
I was gonna say like him hacking, like I'm sure they could turn it around.
Mm-hmm. But we'll see.
It could be revisited. I'm sure his attorney would work on something for him because nobody wants to be in jail forever.
We'll see if GTA 7
Person.
gets hacked and released early.
That's Wesley's job. Get ready, Wesley. You got at least 20 years to prepare.
God damn.
First, this man wants me to be queso president, and now he wants me to.
Queso
Yeah.
president?
I would like you to be my queso president, please.
Wesley,
Oh.
hashtag Wesley 2025.
I told him if he could get me the
queso ingredient.
recipe
Chipotle
for
queso.
queso from Chipotle, then I would vote for him as president of the United States in this coming up
Chipotle.
race. Yeah.
Damn, son. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. All that power for just queso.
I gotta do a write-in on my ballot, and then Wesley will get a. You won't, but it would be funny if it got like a thing in the mail that said like one person voted for you.
All right. Speaking about fucked up shit, Twitch
Yeah.
allows artistic nudity and immediately regrets it, according to
Wait.
Kotaku.
Why are we going straight to this is fucked up shit? All right, it's just artistic, clean, no harming done. Nudity.
That is true. That is true. And on the front page, you did not see people drawing assholes or having VTubers fully naked models and fan art of them naked.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
mean,
that.
it was a pretty good 24 hours, man.
Yeah. And giant penises. None of that. None of that.
Yeah, man, there wasn't anything going on. Don't worry.
I forgot that this fucking happened, but like it is wild. It only happened in the course of 3 days.
I thought it was a joke at first, because like,
So this is
why would they do it?
this. So here's the thing. I think it's because they lost money with Korea. Because since since Twitch is pulling out of Korea, that's money, that's not coming in. But regardless, they didn't have any money whatsoever because they kept spending it with Korea for that long time. So
Mhm.
now they're changing the rules to make it more appealing to get more people in and more revenue in by any means necessary. But
Yeah, but it's such a weird thing. It's I don't know. Nudity is the one thing keeping them away from being like.
but from being OnlyFans, or being a
Well,
campsite. But here's
yeah,
the problem.
that. Yeah.
But here's the problem. Twitch is not an 18 plus website. It's not. It's meant
Right.
for teenage kids. So this shit
Mhm.
happening fucked it up because there were people who obviously did not read the fucking guidelines.
Mhm.
Because the most infamous thing that I saw was on Twitter of this specific VTuber who was just using a naked model and just had naked art of themselves just everywhere. And then people drawing the fucking goatsy asshole shit and then just ridiculous fucking nonsense. And now the meta is just porn. The meta is just porn. Because the new thing is chicks wearing halter tops or having the camera at a specific angle where it looks like they're naked, but they're wearing
Yep.
a tube top. So it's it's just nudity. That's all it is. That's the Twitch meta. That's the hilarious thing is that it's just what the Twitch meta has become is just nudity.
But I mean, it's always been that with the hot tub stuff.
The hot tub stuff obviously was the biggest thing because that was the meta, and then now it's the tube top stuff, and now it's just people putting black bars on if they're just showing
Oh, the censor bars.
yeah, the censor bars. But yeah, it's always just been like, let's see how far we can get with me not showing my asshole, but maybe showing my asshole. Ooh. But it's just gotten to the point where it's like Twitch had to obviously come out 3 days later and be like, hey, we're changing the policy again because nobody can fucking read. Yeah, so they went back on their sexual content stuff and basically saying that like nudity is still sort of kind of like there, but not like full, like I guess grotesque would be the word to use. But yeah, it fell apart. It fell apart within 3 days.
Yeah, it was insane. They turned around on that.
Because nobody fucking reads. Nobody reads.
Yeah. I mean, people just see a headline that says, you know, nudity.
Yeah, nudity. Yeah. So that's that happened. Who knows? Maybe Twitch might become 18 plus. Then we can see all the boobies. Speaking about boobies, no, that doesn't help that.
They could make 2 websites, Twitch and Adult Twitch or something.
Twatch.
What?
Twatch. Could be Twitch.
Oh my god, I just got that.
There you go. Twatch.
Is that for chunch nudity only? Twatch?
It'll be on my OnlyFans page. You must subscribe.
Twonch.
Twonch. Speaking of also really shitty things, I forgot to put this up, is that the Pillars of Eternity 2 publisher Evil versus Evil has shut down. So another studio has now shut down, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, it's because I think they had a whole legal battle with their parent company. Yeah, Tiny Build. And that led to the closure of Versus Evil. And it's getting even more crazy and wacky and goofy and stupid with closures and shit like that. But yeah, they were responsible for the Banner Saga, Pillars of Eternity 2.
Banner Saga was good, by the way.
I should really play those. But yeah. Rest in peace, Versus Evil. Speaking of shit that's going down the drain, China has implemented new rules on gambling and basically has fucked up the gacha market, which, funny enough, 2 of the biggest gacha fucking studios are in China, NetEase and Tencent. So
Not 10 cents.
No, not my MiHoYo versus Honkai.
Right, it's owned by Tencent. Please don't shut them down.
I don't know. Who knows?
But then I lose my League of Legends skins.
Well, too bad, fucko.
Good for
You shouldn't.
Wow.
You shouldn't have gambled.
This dude literally just said he wanted to buy Cell and Frieza skins for no reason.
Yeah, but you
just
know what?
to own them.
Epic is not owned by Tencent or NetEase.
Living in America.
So yeah, basically China has implemented new rules on gambling that they want people to basically get away from gambling. They also, oh god, I think it was something that was mentioned that things that are, I guess, also part of like the what is it, like the loot box kind of esque things, like those items have to be purchasable. So it's like shit that basically kind of strays away from the whole aspect of free to play games, of the random loot and the random rolls.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, Tencent and NetEase are the biggest companies in China, and this basically kills that. But we'll see, because obviously their biggest shit that they have is Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. So rail my star till I honk.
I keep forgetting how to say it, and I always think
Honky.
Honk Star Rail. Just Honk Star.
Honks rail. We'll see what happens with that. What NetEase and Tencent will do. It's also funny because I remember the creator of Yakuza got his own studio, but I think Tencent. Maybe that might have been a really bad time to transition. but who the fuck knows? But to be fair, I don't really care for loot boxes and like random rolls, and even Genshin or Honkai Star Rail, because of the whole free to play aspect of and that having the rolls. I just don't care about gacha games. The only gacha game that almost got me was the Nier game, where that was like a story based in the Nier universe, and apparently it turned out to be a gacha game, and I was just like, no, I'm good. I don't want this. So yeah, that happened. Let's see what else happened. What do you want to talk about? One Piece or Activision?
New One Piece anime, man.
Yeah.
Shit's dope.
So One Piece is starting at 1 again. So it's been announced during the anniversary of One Piece that Studio Wit is doing a remake of One Piece, and it'll be starting originally at the first chapter. So we're gonna see Baby Luffy again. And yeah, for those that don't know, Studio Wit has worked on Spy X Family, first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, Ranking of Kings, and the first season of Ancient Magus Bride and Vinland Saga. So keep that in mind, because those are pretty good, especially the first seasons of Attack on Titan. I think they also worked on Death Note. Now that I think about it, but anyway, I think it's mostly because of the popularity of the One Piece live action that this is also being done by Netflix, I believe. Yeah. So One Piece is being remade, and it will be starting at the East Blue Saga. I can't wait till Luffy punches Arlong again.
Not live action this time, though.
And not in live action. Now and
live
then,
action is dope, by the way.
Yeah, I should really watch it. Yeah, I'm just excited to see the tragic backstory again of Chopper.
Wait, so you know what happens in One Piece now, the Blue Saga part, right?
I know Romance Dawn and Baroque works. So technically, yes, those are the East Blue Saga.
So remember the dude that gets trapped with the guy on the rock?
Oh,
the
Sanji.
kid. And then like he loses his leg or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I knew nothing about One Piece going into the show.
Mm-hmm.
And like
I think Lef is his name.
I was watching that part, and like even I thought I knew what was going on, and like then they did the switch thing with the food and everything, and I was like, oh, okay. And then you notice like he was willing to kill himself basically for the kid, and I was like,
yeah,
that's crazy. Literally like fucking felt so bad.
You're like that's nuts. In my
bro. I was so like, I didn't expect One Piece to make me feel bad.
What did they do in the show? Like, did he just lose a leg?
I think he ate his own leg, and that's why I was like,
yeah,
like he's literally like
that happens. That happens in the manga. He eats his leg. Yeah.
No, it's more like implied. I think. I don't think they ever say anything about it or show it.
No, in the manga, Sanji sees him because he runs out of food, and he's like, "Give me your fucking food!" And then he sees that the guy doesn't have a leg anymore. He's like, I had to eat my leg.
Yeah, so that's what happens. He goes and like opens a bag because he's like, "You have so much more food than me," and then you notice it's nothing. Yeah, and then you see his legs gone, and he just like goes, "Oh, I'm an asshole," basically.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he didn't eat his leg, by the way.
In the live action?
Oh, in the anime, at least.
Oh yeah, in the anime, I heard he doesn't eat his leg, but in the manga, he eats his leg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the anime decided to do different shit. That's why the anime's bad. That's why superior manga is better. That's why Chonchi's on the manga.
Chonchi's like, if you're not touching your fingers on paper, what are you doing?
If you're not touching a screen with paper that should be there, what is worth living?
Wait, where are you reading it from?
I'm reading on my tablet. I'm reading on Kindle.
No, but like, you have all the books or something?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because I was thinking about using like one of those like manga like websites, but I just hate the fucking pop-in ads and shit, and it's just it's so annoying. It's so
how does it feel reading it on there versus paper? Because like I do like
it's not bad
paper mangas, but
yeah, I mean the having it physically is good. But to be fair, on Kindle it's way cheaper. Because like a volume is like $7, compared to like the physical ones where like I'm finding that like they're like $10 or like more depending. And if you want like the whole box set of the East Blue Saga, I think in total it costs like almost $200
Damn.
for just 23 volumes. And it's just like, nah, it's like I just get it on.
Listen, coming from the hard copy guy, I thought you were gonna be more about having your physical media, you know?
I mean, with like movies and stuff, yeah, but with books,
yeah, but what happens when all the books are burned in Florida and nobody can read anymore?
Oh my god! Then I'm not going to Florida. Then I'm not going to Florida.
What happens when Florida takes you over because they're so educated without all their books
and their gators?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the gators could take over the world.
That's true. The gators will burn the books in front of the Floridians.
It's just a gator with like a big cross on its chest, and it's like, I will take over. Yeah. Anyways,
One Piece. That's a villain in One Piece. An alligator with a cross on its chest.
Wait, is that really a thing from One Piece?
I mean, there's a guy named Crocodile. So.
Does he have a cross on his chest?
No, but But Luffy's brother Ace has a cross on his back, but originally in the manga, it is technically a...
I literally just got ruined. I didn't know there was a brother. Oh my god, how am I ever going to forget this?
It's a
like 7.
It's supposed to be a manji, but like the manji, if you don't have any like idea what that is, it's technically the swastika, but not Naziized. Yeah. Because you know how like originally that was a Buddhist symbol? Yeah. So that's in One Piece like a lot. So Luffy's brother just has like the thing on his back.
Would you make the Nazi symbol for us with your fingers? That'd be great.
No, thank you.
Because I don't know what it looks like.
No, thank you. And
could you show me what it looks like for educational purposes?
I was about to say, like, could you also yell "white power" as you're drawing it? And it's like, no, I can't. I can't even say that. Stop.
Yeah. All right, we gotta go to this next story real quick, cause.
Okay, so yeah, One Piece is being remade. Continuing on, I want to see Luffy punch that guy. All right, and Chopper's.
You know who else we would like to see Luffy punch? Is Bobby Kotick.
Bobby Kotick, the true pirate of the seas.
Are you looking at the page right now?
Yeah.
Do you see how large his head looks compared to the rest of everything around? Is that the real photo of him?
It's a Photoshop.
Oh, so that's just like his head cut and put on somebody else's body?
Photoshop, yeah. You thought it was real? You thought he was cartoonishly like big-headed? Oh my god!
I thought he was like a little dude with a big.
Oh my god! No, he's a portly fellow, from what I remember.
Okay,
but yeah, I guess coming up, Bobby Kotick has now left Activision Blizzard, to the chagrin of many people being like, "Yeah, Bobby fucking sucked." Yeah. Nobody was sad about him leaving. Nobody.
We all knew Bobby would. Make it.
It's funny.
One day.
Yeah, it's funny because I think he got his severance. I think he got a good amount of money. I forget how much it was. It was a shit ton he got during his leaving. He also wrote a goodbye letter to all the people, basically saying that like we love you, this and that. Here's my inspirations from like old Apple games and old Atari games. On top of that, Xbox is the best people to take care of Activision Blizzard, all this other shit, you know, for PR and shit. The thing that makes it funny is the fact that a lot of people on the Twitter, on the X.com, came out that were either past employees or current employees, basically being like, yeah, Bobby caused a lot of fucking problems during productions of certain games. That he was mostly the reason why a lot of games shipped the way they did and shipped badly. So he will not be missed.
He's the reason Diablo's bad, thanks.
But here's the thing. He's gonna pop up eventually, like down the line. He's gonna try to do like something different, or like try to open a studio, or like be some kind of like, I guess, council person on some kind of team for another gaming company. But Bobby Kotick is not fully gone. He has quote unquote retired from Activision Blizzard, or retired from gaming in a sense, but he will be back. It's like Reggie. Reggie was also like Reggie Fils-Aimé, where he was doing like counseling for like certain businesses. I think even for GameStop as well. So he was doing that kind of stuff on his side. But
no, but I am glad he's gone from Blizzard, you know.
mhm.
So
No, I'm glad as well, because still there are the things that have not been worked around with the whole sexual harassment stuff, and like that did get I forget what got solved first. Was it the unionization or was it the sexual harassment? I don't remember. But either way, he basically prolonged the whole culture of the harassment and that shit. So
yeah,
nobody gonna miss him. He is the devil. His Google image will be him with devil horns forever. So yeah, that is it for the big stuff for gaming news, and this is where I wanted to talk to you guys about like, you know, since 2023 is over and we're currently in the year of our Lord 2024. What was stuff that you enjoyed in 2023? What was it? It could be games, could be like a thing that you enjoyed doing in 2023. Could be a movie, could be something.
Rebel Moon and Redfall are two of my favorite things that happened this year.
Come on, man, and Halo. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I don't know, honestly.
Do you have like a game that came out 2023 and you were like, yeah, this is my goatee? Or you played something that didn't necessarily have to be 2023, but you're like, yeah, this is some shit that I fucking loved.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. Like, there is something.
You hate video games. No, I get it.
No, I can't remember. Like,
was it getting a dub in League? Is that what they call
no,
it?
those are always destroyed by the multiple losses afterwards. I'm really not sure.
This is why I made a list to look back at the shit that I played or.
No, we always talk about making lists of shit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Leave the Company so far would be something that came out this year that I'm like, honestly, like, it's just a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Simple thing somebody made and just like ended up making it good, little indie fun game. Blah blah blah.
Any goatees? No, you hate video games?
Nah, nothing I can think of that I like was really excited about and played.
Okay, I get it. Wesley?
Not really.
All right, thanks, Wesley.
Yeah.
Really, like nothing comes to mind, or like anything you played from 2023 or watched or anything?
Not really.
Anything you want to highlight, like an anime that you saw in 2023 or a show?
Not really. I mean, season 2 of JJK was fucking insane.
JJK with Mei Mei and her sibling love?
Yeah, shit was crazy.
Shit was crazy. That's it?
Pretty much. 2023 kind of sucked.
Wow, you guys suck. Because 2023 was a year for me, for Chonch, when it came to video games.
Oh, right. MK1 came out. You're welcome.
Yeah, we did it, y'all. MK1, the true video game. No, like 2023 was the year that I played through most of the Halo games. Like I went through like a whole binge of playing the Halo games.
Yeah.
So I've kind of caught up. I haven't started Infinite, but I do want to play the Halo Wars games before I head into Infinite. But yeah, that was a fun old time. Also got me into RTSs. You know, 2023 was the year I started playing RTSs and actually really enjoying them. Because they're fun. I don't know, something about the micromanaging actually kind of feels a little cool. Same thing with like city builders, because I got into Frostpunk, and Frostpunk is a pretty, like, I wouldn't say difficult, but like you really have to be on top of shit because you're managing resources and like you're trying to make sure that people stay warm but don't get pissed off at you when you turn off the heat, and then like also build the city a little bit more so you have more doctors and more workers and this and that. Like that's what I enjoyed. So yeah, city builders and RTSs I got really into. But as for like 2023 stuff, like there was a lot of good shit that came out. You know, there was Resident Evil 4 remake, there was Hi-Fi Rush, Final Fantasy 16, Dead Space remake. Let me see what the other shit. I think the thing that like doesn't get enough talking about is the System Shock remake, because I really liked it. That's a very good game. Like if you guys just want like something that you can really dive into and like really focus on, the System Shock remake is like just incredibly fun. What else came out? Oh yeah, Street Fighter 6 came out. Mortal Kombat 1, because of course you gotta play that story mode for MK1, which I did enjoy. It is very goofy, it is very Mortal Kombat. I played through all the Spider-Man games again just to catch up with 2, and then 2 was a really fun time. Granted, you know, it was a little shorter, but Spider-Man 2 was still pretty fun, from my perspective. Let's see, what else? Alan Wake 2. Oh man, Alan Wake 2 is so fucking good. Like, it's like, it's up there, because like I love Final Fantasy 16, but Alan Wake 2 was such a fucking trip, and it was great. And yeah, Cyberpunk got done. I talked about it in my week, but like, yeah, there was a lot of good shit that I played, to be honest. Like, not really anything that I disliked. Even going back to like old stuff like Limbo or Amnesia Dark Descent, like that was also a fun experience because I've never played Amnesia, and it's a game that still holds up, I have to say. But you know, still going through the fucking Steam winter sale, so I gotta find some more stuff to play, but I gotta finish the stuff that I'm currently playing. Yeah, me. And what else did I watch? God damn, I forgot that I watched fucking Made in Abyss this year. If you don't know what Made in Abyss is, it's an anime that's like, I mentioned this when we talked about it, but like the whole premise is these explorers live in this world where essentially there's just a giant hole, and the further you go down the hole is like different worlds essentially, and the main character is basically trying to find her mother. So she goes down the hole with obviously knowing that they're going down the hole is like no point, you can't return back to it. So there's like very monstrous and very creepy shit that goes down in each layer, and it's just a really like good story if you want like, I guess, kind of existential and also like eldritch horror shit happening. It's very good. Made in Abyss. But what about that Puss in Boots though?
Yeah, Puss in Boots was
Movie?
wait,
Yeah.
that came out this year
Yeah.
or last year?
I'm gonna check again. Hold on. Oh, it was last year. Yeah, you're right. But was it at the end of last year?
Well, I'm saying like last year's in like 2023.
No, it was in 2022. Excuse me. But it came out like 21st of December. It was like near the end of 2022. But either way, I watched it this year. Or last year, excuse me, because 2023 and all this fucking other shit. Puss in Boots, I enjoyed it. I really liked it. That's why I was very excited to see Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse. Did you guys ever watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys enjoy Across the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, good to know. But let me see. What is other stuff that I watched throughout the year? That I really did enjoy. Oh yeah, I went through all the Riddick movies.
I tried to go through that as you were going through it, and
You broke our
they're a little
pact.
tough. They're a little tough to get through.
You broke our pact.
You didn't watch Rebel Moon?
I didn't. I will never will. Let's see.
It's so good. Just watch it, dude.
The Last
It's
of
so
Us.
good.
The Last of Us came out. That's right. That came out 2023. That was a very good adaptation for what it was. Very interested to see season 2 of The Last of Us and see Pedro Pascal fight against a
shit.
golf club.
Yeah, I did watch that. That was good. Fight against a golf club.
We'll see with that shit. What else did I watch? Oh yeah, I tried catching up with the Marvel stuff. So I remember watching Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania,
Oh my God.
Wakanda Forever, Thor: Love and Thunder. I think I also saw. Did I see Loki this year?
We
The
lost
first
our
season?
Kang.
No, I didn't. I don't know if I did actually. But either way, yeah. Okay. Well, do you guys want me to read like each month of like what I did or what I played or watched? All right. Killing for time. All right. For games in January, Remnant from the Ashes, Halo 2 anniversary, excuse me. Evil West, Halo 3 ODST, Portal RTX, Warhammer 40K Dawn of War, Warhammer 40K Space Marine, Halo Reach, Halo 4, and Inversion. That was January. For February, I played Halo 5 Guardians, Diablo 2, and Dead Space Remake. For March, I played Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise and The Last of Us Part 1, which was the PS5 remake. For April, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Mad Max. May was Hi-Fi Rush and The Evil Within. June was Splinter Cell, Spider-Man Remastered, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, and the Eternites demo, which is that anime game that's like the action game. It's the Korean thing. July was Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Tears of the Kingdom, the Legend of Zelda sequel, System Shock Remake, and Metroid Fusion. In August was Mutant Year Zero, Street Fighter World Tour Mode, Final Fantasy 16. September was Modern Warfare 2019 and MK1 Story Mode. October was Spider-Man Miles Morales, Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways, which I forgot that came out this year. 2023, excuse me. Let's see. Limbo, Amnesia Dark Descent, and Spider-Man 2. Then November was Quantum Break, Half-Life 2, and episodes 1 and 2 of Half-Life 2, Alan Wake 2, and then December was Hellboy, Liza P, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, and God of War Valhalla. So
I don't think I played that many games.
Huh?
I said it, like hearing the list, I'm like, I don't think I played that many games.
Damn, son.
I think I literally played League like all year.
You hate video games, bro.
It's weird. I just like feel like there's like nothing I'm interested in at the time.
I think I hate games.
I don't know. I just like, I feel like most people are just constantly regurgitating garbage.
It was a year of a lot of remakes, to be honest. And then it was a lot of like stuff that like depending whether or not you were interested in, because obviously Baldur's Gate was like the biggest thing where I was like debating whether or not to start back from 1, but like obviously 3 being so different from the first 2 games, it's just like you might as well just play 3.
Listening to you
same, bro.
talk about the games. I was thinking about it and I was like, right, Mario RPG would probably be the game that I played fully and enjoyed a lot. That was good.
I still gotta play that.
And it was just like a really good, clean remake. And then like, what was the I can't remember. There was a movie I was thinking of, but I can't remember now. Something. Oh, was it? No.
Rebel Moon?
I think I was going to make a joke about Mr. Monk again, but I can't remember. Honestly,
to kill himself.
So stupid.
Okay.
No, the Netflix thing came out this year, didn't it? The Luffy Pirate Kingdom.
Oh yeah, One Piece I believe came out in 2023. Yeah.
That was really good. I really actually did like that.
And you know nothing of One Piece, so it's good to know.
Yeah, that's what made me happy about it too, was like I got a fresh story on top of like a dope, like already known anime. So I was like, oh, it's really great that like I get to watch something cool. So yeah. Without knowing it also. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, for shit that I watched throughout the year was The Banshees of Inisherin, which if you've seen the movie In Bruges, it's the same director. It's good. It's a very good movie. Colin Farrell. Let's see, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, the live action. Oh my god, I forgot that's what I watched. I watched the live action Cowboy Bebop series.
Oh my god,
it didn't come out 2023, but that's what I watched. I forgot I completed that. I watched it with my cousin, and I was just like in awe of like how bad it was. But the music was good. That's the only like good thing you can take away from that. Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman. See, February, Made in Abyss. So I watched all of it, season 1 and 2. Let's see, Knock at the Cabin, The Whale with Brendan Fraser. Let's see, March, I saw The Founder, which is that McDonald's movie. Oh, yeah, that's right. I went through all the Rocky movies. So I saw Rocky 1, 2, then it took a while to get to the other ones. Let's see, Last of Us, Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, and then Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. In April, I saw Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Ant-Man, all the fucking Marvel movies at that time. I saw Oshi no Ko Prologue, which was an anime that I just kind of went in not knowing anything. And the prologue is like basically a movie because of how long it takes. And it's genuinely like really good. I don't know if I gave spoilers for it, but essentially the premise is like this maternity doctor gets reincarnated as his favorite pop star's baby. And it kind of goes from there where he kind of like retains the memories of him being a doctor. Like he knows he used to be a doctor in a past life, but it goes in like a 180 direction, like literally towards the end of that prologue, where it becomes a murder mystery, where his mother / favorite pop star gets murdered, and he has to figure out who the identity of his father is, and if his father had any like any relations to like the killing of his mother. So it's like it kind of goes from there, which the anime has already started. So I have not watched it at all because I also started the Gundam anime as well, where it's called The Witch of Mercury, where it's Gundams but lesbian, and I should probably finish watching that. Gundam lesbians. Did you know Gundams are powered by lesbians?
I forgot you told me about that.
Yeah.
That baby one that sounds so fucking bad.
I thought it was gonna be bad. Like genuinely,
No.
I thought it was gonna be bad, but I actually enjoy it. But I like trash.
You should watch Rebel Moon.
I don't want to. I don't like trash that much. So yeah, Oshi no Ko was really good. I saw the Hannibal Lecter movie called Red Dragon. I remember that. I saw the movie The Good Nurse. It's a Netflix movie with Jessica Chastain and Eddie Redmayne, where she plays a nurse that finds out that another nurse is like killing people. And then I saw the documentary on the actual nurse called Catching the Killer Nurse, where it's a documentary about that guy's whole life, about how he basically went from one hospital to the other, and like the trail of blood he was essentially leaving. Then after that, I saw not a good detective movie called The Snowman with Michael Fassbender. It was not that good. Then I saw Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Blackbird was another highlight from that year. Where the guy just came in and was like, "I hate women." I make him sound like Jordan Peterson.
No, he sounds just like that.
Okay, sounds a little Jordan Peterson-ish. Then after that, I watched The Bourne Identity and the Tom Cruise movie called Born on the 4th of July. Stop shaking your head. He's a good actor.
He's such a bad actor.
In May, I watched Rocky 5, Rocky Balboa. I watched both seasons of Vinland Saga and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I saw a Netflix movie called The Wonder, Captain Phillips, the Mario movie, Breakdown. Which was Breakdown? I don't remember Breakdown. Sisu, and I watched the first 2 seasons of Barry. Barry is a very good show if you haven't seen Barry. Then in June, I watched Evil Dead Rise, Spider-Man Across the Universe. I rewatched The Raid 2. I finished Barry Season 3. I rewatched Dread. I saw Honey Boy, which Honey Boy is also a very good movie. Haler has seen it. Wesley hasn't seen it because he doesn't like movies. I saw The King, which is with Timothée Chalamet and Robert Pattinson, where Timothée Chalamet plays an English king and Robert Pattinson plays a French king. It's on Netflix. It's also a very good movie as well. I saw The Darjeeling Limited, Hot Fuzz. I rewatched it, excuse me. Hot Fuzz, Interstellar. I liked it when Matthew McConaughey was crying that he could not visit the future past for his daughter. I rewatched The World's End, and in July I got really into Clarkson's Farm. If you know that, it's an Amazon Prime show about Jeremy Clarkson, about him trying to maintain a farm. It's very good. You would probably like it. You would like it. Then Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, 3:10 to Yuma. I saw the second season of From, which is that weird show that kind of like reminded me of Lost. I watched the Bob Odenkirk movie Nobody, and I watched Ultra Q, which is that Ultraman thing. In August, Baki Hanma Season 2, The Caller, Shin Kamen Rider, and I watched all of Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Then in September, I watched Promising Young Woman, They Cloned Tyrone, The Big Short, and this is where I got really into Fast and Furious. The Fast and the Furious. I watched a movie called The Report. I rewatched Tropic Thunder, but with the commentary. I saw the movie Basic, the Spanish movie called El Conde. Let's see, Born Supremacy, Passion of the Christ, and Baki Season 3, and Too Fast, Too Furious. In October, I watched Painkillers, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, the other Wes Anderson shorts, The Ratcatcher, Poison, The Swan, and The Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. I rewatched Monuments Men, The Purge. I finally saw the first Purge. It's an okay movie. Then I watched Fast and Furious, and I watched Fast 5. And I haven't caught up with the Fast movies, so I'm still kind of like not there yet. Because I want to see when Ludacris gets in a rocket. And that's that's the point I want to get to. And Killing of a Sacred Deer. In November, I watched Fall of the House of Usher, Pluto, Killers of a Flower Moon, and The Killer. And then December, I watched Gen V, X, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, LA Confidential, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, War of the Planet of the Apes, The Firms, Asteroid City, and of course Halo. So 2023 was a banger when it came to watching shit.
I think like maybe 10% of that was good, but yeah.
What are you talking about? 10%? What do you mean? Didn't you enjoy? Shin Kamen Rider?
Bob Kotick's Nobody was probably my favorite thing.
Okay, that's fair. But I think the highlight, like out of like all the things that I watched, that came out in 2023 was Pluto. I still recommend Pluto. How dare you? How dare you shrug? Yeah, that's right. You sneeze.
It doesn't have Bob Odenkirk, so why would I care?
I mean, there's a guy that kind of looks like Bob Odenkirk.
But it's not him. It's not the same thing. It also doesn't have John Leguizamo.
He's in there.
Wait, is he?
No, Keith David's in there.
Who?
Keith David.
Yeah.
The Arbiter.
Oh yeah, Keith David. Yeah.
Wesley knows Keith David, but you don't know Keith David.
I don't know. It must be a weirdo thing.
But Wesley, if you haven't watched Pluto's on Netflix. It's based on Astro Boy, and I think it's genuinely really, really good because it's a murder mystery. You probably like it because like, well, each episode's like an hour, but like it obviously like takes like a volume of like each manga and kind of contains it in one episode. But it's genuinely like really good. But besides that, Killers of a Flower Moon was also just a really good movie to watch. Obviously, at the fact that like I listened to the audiobook before I watched the movie to get more of a gist of like the things that were happening. And yeah, so far, like that movie was genuinely like really, really good.
I'm waiting for it to come for Apple TV.
Yeah, eventually it'll come through. And yeah, I think for like TV shows and stuff, like Gen V was good. The Boys spin-off show, that was very good. Let's see, Clarkson's Farm was good. Yeah, Last of Us was of course good. The Baki anime was like fucking stupid when Baki fought his dad with pee. That was just fucking stupid, but still, it was enjoyable because I just kept watching it. I'm trying to think as like for stuff that was disappointing, like when it came to like watching stuff. I think Shin Kamen Rider was like disappointing. Cause like it was just, I don't know. It didn't really like. There's nothing I can really say that makes me like awe in this movie besides having like the Kamen Rider be more gory when he kicks dudes and punches dudes. Like that was kind of fun, but overall the story is just like it's very Hideaki Anno, where it like contemplates on like what defines the human soul, and it's just like, yeah, all right. I mean, I watched Evangelion. I'm okay. So it's essentially Kamen Rider Evangelion. But to be fair, it did, Ultra Q, I got into more of the tokusatsu stuff, so I wanted to watch Ultraman, and I'm still going through Ultraman. Hopefully I will finish it eventually and get through the other DVDs that I bought for myself for Ultraman. But yeah, so far 2023 was pretty good. Was pretty good with stuff.
So far.
I mean, there's
can't wait till 2023 gets better.
Yeah, too bad we're in 2024.
We're in 2023 part 2, bro.
Yeah, that's true. You're not lying about that. But, I have to say 2023 was pretty good as well, because I got into One Piece, literally towards the ass end of 2023, and I'm enjoying One Piece for what it is. Without that filler bullshit that some anime plebs like. But but yeah, I mean, I got into more stuff that I usually wouldn't get into. Like I said, like Ultraman was something I wasn't really interested in until I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. And I'm giving it a shot.
Man Ultra.
But yeah, like I mentioned, it's like there's stuff that came out in 2023 that I still have to finish. Obviously, Mario RPG was like the biggest one. Did Atomic Heart come out? No, it came out 2020. No, wait, hold on. I think it did come out in 2023. Yes, it did. February.
I was a year old.
Is it?
Thought it was 2022.
Oh, okay. Yeah, February 21st, 2023. So yeah, I still gotta finish Atomic Heart. I still want to get through a bunch of the Yakuza games because I bought the physical version of Like a Dragon Gaiden.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kiryu story. So I still want to play that, obviously, and Avatar because I want to be Jake Sully, but not Jake Sully.
Terrible game, terrible movie,
You
terrible
don't
show.
beat Jake Sully. You play.
Shut up, Wesley. I want the fantasy of Jake Sully. I want to be in the wheelchair.
All right.
This is all post-war.
Is this post-war?
It's post Hallelujah Mountains War, yeah.
Oh, so can we like get in the wheelchair and like shoot as a Na'vi in a wheelchair or not?
No.
Oh, that sucks. What else? Oh, I forgot. I started Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Nice.
You're right, Haler. That audio mixing is bizarre.
What do you mean?
And Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because I remember you mentioned that. It's very weird.
That one's is a more specific weird one, but every single one has really weird audio.
I guess.
Yeah.
So
listen, it sounds like they recorded her in a closet,
so,
or whoever you play as.
Ivor, yeah. But apparently the canonical version is the female version of Ivor.
Cool.
Eivor.
I picked a female. Nice.
Yeah.
Her VA is so bad though.
Yep.
It's interesting. I get they're going for gruff lady, but it's like.
So happy New Year's, guys! I have to go to sleep.
Wow, so much hate. All right, get out of here, you.
Good. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Buenos nachos.
Wow, we're not talking about One Piece, Wesley. How dare you?
Figure out queso for me, Wesley.
Gotcha.
Wow.
All right. That's such a demand. It's like, sure. And I'm going to spit. All right, I'm talking to you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Now it's just the two of us, Wesley. Did you like it when Luffy punched that one guy?
He punches so many dudes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. All right, that's it for the podcast. That's it. That's the shit that I went through. That's the shit that happened, and the shit that I still got to continue to play. Armored Core came out also, which I have not played at all. I got to get to it. All right. Goodbye, Wesley. Happy
Bye. Have
hap,
fun.
Happy New Year.
Happy year new.
Happy Year New. All right. Bye bye.